Welcome back to another stream. Sorry for the pop. Oh, almost forgot my water. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Hello there, Matt. First one in chat. Hello there, Moon. Hello there, Tinks. Hello there, everybody. I don't know where to put it now, though, because I've got 2 drinks. My ice has already melted in that one. Hope you're all doing amazing. Awesome. I'm doing good, thank you. Been quite productive today, actually. I was ready to go live like 45 minutes ago and decided to get like a little members video in there. So channel members, I'm hoping that I'll have that out not too long after the stream. But today, I never updated the title with what it was we would be doing. In fact, I have to get what it is that we will be doing today, because it's over in this bag of Lego, which we have a few sets to get through. We won't be building one piece today, but we will be building a Star Wars set from the box. When's the last time we did that? When's the last time we built a Star Wars set from the box, eh? It's been a while. Right, here we go. I could have got that a second ago. It was that or a drink. I chose the water. Wrong decision. So today we will be building or playing Star Wars Battle of Hoth, a Lego Star Wars board game, official Lego Star Wars board game from 20... See, I have not got this up. Let's have a little look. What's the set number? 3866. Lego Star Wars 3866. It doesn't even have a 75. And Google does not know Lego 3866. What about Brickow? Does Brickow understand 3866? Oh, maybe if I put the right set of numbers, yes. So Lego Star Wars Battle of Hoth came out 2012, 14 years ago. Crazy. England over Norway. Oh yes, what a game. Let's go Star Wars. Yes. So this set is all here. It's not new in its bags. Actually, it is. A lot of it is new in its bags. I bought this off someone that bought this back in 2012, and they opened bag 1, didn't they? Well, they opened one of the bags. They opened one of the little bags. So this is all still Lego packaging, sealed straight from factory. I forgot about this as well. So this is all official sealed. So's the little bag. The only bag that opened is the little one. So that's what these Ziploc bags are. Never put it together, never played it, never took any of the figures from it. We've still got Boba and everything. So I cut a good deal on this. And if you don't know what the Lego board games are, oh, what a time to be alive for the Lego board games. I had 2 of them that I remember that I've still got and that I played a ton growing up. So this is going to be fun because I didn't play any of the licensed ones. The ones I had was the pyramid, the first pyramid one, and then also, was it the dragon? There was a dragon one. I think I had the dragon one. Dragon and the pyramid. All right, let's get these figures out the way of the desk. We're not going to be looking at any of these Toy Story figures and such. And BB-8 as well. Which, if you haven't seen that video, I'm pretty sure that video is out now. So go check that out. Please don't fall apart when I put you down. That thing's so fragile. We when we built it, some of you would have been there. When we built it, the corners, rather than using clips, we used hinges. The hinges are so fragile. If you have to choose between hinges and clips, go with the clips every single time. Oh, actually, I got a notification. Can I bring up an image? How would I go about that? I got a notification that this time last year, I actually have a photo of the background and it looks nothing like this. It is so different. Let me see if I can find it and then I'll bring it up. It's crazy how different, just how different it looks. What is the date? 13th of July. Can I search by date? Oh, awesome. So there's 2026. Oh, I took a load of photos last year. Let's have a little scroll. and see if I can. Actually, I screenshotted it the other day. Did I not upload the screenshot of the image? No, probably not. Oh, that's 2024. Too far. All right, whilst I'm looking for this, there's also been a few new LEGO announcements. We're going to get into them tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream, we'll be taking a look at some more good LEGO news and plenty more from LEGO, including a ton of LEGO sets. Why can't... Was it not 1 year ago? Was it 2 years ago? Was it July of 24 that I had the display? No, because this... No, that's too far. I do have a few images from July 24, though. That was too long ago. Hold on. Why is this image not... Did I favorite it? Oh, I must have favorited it. Hello there, Owen. Just bought the new Daily Bugle. I'm looking to build that. That's such a good set. But again, Spider-Man, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe one of the other sets. I am terrible when it comes to new sets, because I'm so hesitant on what if I like this one more after I've seen it. And I'm so happy I did it with Mando, because the Hutt Sentry droid I like more than any of the other builds that have come out. It helps that we've already built like half of them and they're just sat there. But I do like some of the new ones that have come out. Where's the image gone? Maybe it was on a different account. Oh, it might have been an image I took for the thumbnail. Oh, that makes so much more sense. If it was a thumbnail image, found it. Can I bring this up though on this tab? Yes, because this is the stream email. This is the stream out. I found the image. All right, let's so I will set up the desk cam in a second. First off, let's get this image up. Hey, there we go. All right, this is what the background look. Let me back up. This is what the background looked like a year ago, and this is what it looks like now. We had one of these tall units, and I split it in half to get some of the drawers on top. That was it. We had a lot of Lego though. If we have a little look at the image, you can see we've got the minifigures on display. We've now got all those minifigures on the wall over there. We had, what else did we have? Oh, the Trooper helmets. We had the Trooper helmet, the mini kit, Rex, R2. Most of those still up here. R2-D2's right there. Trooper helmet. Rex has lost his body, but that's because we built Darth Vader and we needed the parts, and we're going to be building more big figs going into the future. Hello there. Thank you to everyone that's smashed like on this video. Awesome to see. A few of these have been built down as well. We went for our microfighter phase. They were built. I can tell you when they were built. I think they were built a year ago exactly, 4 days ago. Maybe 5, maybe 3. But I'm pretty sure it was about 4 days ago. That was on Tink's birthday stream last year, the Star Destroyer. We turned that into Thrawns and added that to a massive display. That display was on this unit as well. A few weeks after this image was taken, we had the Star Destroyer and all the Ahsoka sets down here because the minifigures were moved. And the minifigures were moved to... The minifigures, I'm pretty sure, were just moved to wherever I could slot them. For a few months, they were just on the base plates. They look so much better on display there. Most of the figures are there. The Marvel ones are in a box just behind my shoulder, and I think Sonic's either down there or on the wall. I've got another display with the Advents. I haven't even shown that off. The Advents have their own display on the wall. That looks really cool. And then we've still got the slightly messy storage bit back here. Now it's doubled. We got 2 of these because the 3D printer filament that was underneath here, since then, my dad's made me a little stand behind the printer, and it holds, I think it holds, must hold 14, maybe 16 rolls of filament. I think it's got 11 rolls of filament on there at the minute, just after stocking it up with wire. But yeah, look at that. How crazy is that? The difference between 2025 and 2026. It is night and day. for a few months. That is, it's great to see where we've come from, and the fact that it showed me, it alerted me. I don't even know why it alerted me. I don't normally get notifications for that email, but I'm happy it did, because 1 year, so much can change. It's actually crazy. Oh yeah, anyone wondering about my hand as well? I cut it earlier. I don't know how. I genuinely do not know how I did it, but it's got a nasty cut right down the middle of it, and I only noticed it. I only noticed it while I was editing. I was sat here editing, and suddenly I felt a pain in my hand. I looked down, and it wasn't a pretty sight. I'm not going to get into detail. It wasn't a pretty sight. It wasn't good, but it's all good now. All right, camera. That's what I was setting up, so that you can see the Star Wars Battle of Hoth board game. This is the only Star Wars board game that was released by Lego to this date until now. Hold on a second. Why is the camera upside down? What did we do with a camera that was upside? Oh, boost. Yes, the floor cam was upside down, wasn't it? All right. Now that you can actually see it, it's the right way around. Let's get this thing open. No, do not turn on your flashlight. That is going to kill the battery quicker than I can say jump to hyperspace, which I can say that pretty quickly. Here we go. The Battle of Hoth. Channel members will know what these are. I have been printing a load more of those. In fact, there are some going as we speak. Oh, this is so exciting. Star Wars Battle of Hoth. And I like the way the minifigures are playing the game. Can we just appreciate the box art for a second with how it's set up? It's kind of spoiling what it's going to look like. But the way they've got it set up with the minifigures, then you've got the backgrounds as well. It does look cool. It is a really, really cool set. But now, let's stop chatting. Let's get building. And let's chat while we build, actually. Brooke says a live stream later at 2:20 in the morning. 2:20. To be fair, I have actually been staying up to watch a few. I didn't watch the Argentina game. That one I haven't seen. But I have been staying up to watch a few of the other World Cup games. I've been enjoying the World Cup recently, I have to admit. I said, starting off, I was like, no, I'm not going to get involved. The World Cup just seems so meh. Oh, look, free Lego. But I have been watching the World Cup games since. This is the how to play booklet. We're going to have to spend like an hour reading through this. It's like, oh, wait. That's one language. That's the second language. It's actually like 4 pages of instructions. So that's all right. What's the exposure doing on this? Come on. It's been so long since I've streamed. The camera's just not ready for it. That should be better. A lot of small pieces. There is basically all small pieces. I can see 2x6s. And they might be the biggest elements. I don't know why they're bagged up separately. It'd be nice if I got a duplicate of the bag, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need all of these. Because, like we say, so small pieces. We are going to have to put all of these together. It's like building that checkerboard. And I so wish I streamed. I don't think I did stream that build. I think I just did that for a video. But I so wish I streamed that build of the checkerboard. The Star Wars chess. Although that was definitely easier than this. Yeah, when's the last? Let me empty these bags before I start speaking. Get this one out of the way. When's the last time we opened an actual Lego set on stream? Because it's been so long. We've parted out so many of the builds where like Mando sets have come with a load of duplicate minifigures, and of that, the ones that I do want are coming in the Advent. Embo's going to be a good one to pick up. All right. We've got... I don't know if this 1x3 is a duplicate. I'm assuming all the parts are here. We'll soon find out. Some nice printed pieces as well. Look at those. These are for the dice, which is the first thing we're doing. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we built something. Get that symmetrical. Oh, what are you? You're a hero tile. What is the hero tile for? That's that way. It doesn't matter which side you put these tiles on, as long as there are two on opposing sides. That should be all right. And we'll find out what the white and red do later. We don't even know that. Ah, they are different, are they? Or are they not? Or are they not? We've got white 2x2 plates. Where are the 2x2 tiles at? 2x2 tiles in white. No, they're not here, are they? Oh dear. Do you think it's too late to tell Lego this set's missing 2 white tiles? That's cool. I should have most of the pieces if this is missing any. But this is sealed from the bag. They definitely didn't come in the small bag, so we know that's a Lego mistake. Unless that's what these 2 plates are for. Because 2x2s, everything is connected. The round pieces, oh, the 2x2s could come from the vehicles. But I think Lego have given us 2 of these instead of tiles. I think that's an honest Lego mistake. 2 plates instead of tiles. Hello there, Isaac. Why does the title say somehow I'll return? Because I named this stream, when did I set this up? A week ago, and I had no idea what I'll be doing. Let's change that so that everyone knows what we're doing. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a screenshot of the stream as well to put as the thumbnail, because then at least people will know what it is we are doing and how much fun we're actually having. So let me just set that up. What stream? Somehow I'll return. I still don't get what that other stream is. There's another stream and I can't find it on my channel, my side, and I know you can't see it, but it's the one from my birthday earlier in the year, which is like about 3 months ago now. I think the stream was over 3 months old, and it was a stream that went live and then it jumped to another stream, but that initial stream and the start of the stream isn't up. I don't know. YouTube can't explain it, and if YouTube can't explain it, I don't know how I'll explain it to you. All right. Let's whack. While we're whacking a thumbnail, let's continue with this build, because this is mind-numbingly easy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these. And these are action pieces, right? Or are these like home bases? Because I'm noticing the blue and the grey. The blue and the grey has to be important. Oh look, we can mark down the ones we've already got. That'll be handy. Hello there, welcome. Forgive me if I'm not trying to pronounce everyone's names. I know the limits of my pronunciation, and sometimes it's best for me not to butcher your name, especially on a live stream where I can't edit out all of the not as done well attempts. There you go, not as done well. Now that. 10 grey, and then 8 of these. So, has anyone played? I'm interested in chat. I'd be interested to hear if anyone has played any Lego board games before, because I understand there's an audience that hasn't been old enough to have lived through Lego board games, but it was such a prominent part of it was an era. It wasn't a prominent part as much as it was an era of my childhood. When Lego started coming out with games, they stopped it pretty quickly. Oh, this thumbnail is, let me just add one of my heads over it as well. I should have done this on the stream internet. Then we could have seen how the thumbnails are made. That is actually really good. if I say so myself. When I get this updated, you might just have to come out, refresh it, and take a look at the stream thumbnail again. I'm quite proud of this for how quickly it was put together. Ministry of Magic and SpongeBob coming later on. What? SpongeBob? I literally just did a video about SpongeBob coming back. That's crazy. Mad. I wonder if he'll get a Brickheads. That'd be a good shout. Because Shrek got a set in a Brickheads. Hold on, is everything getting a Brickheads? Maybe. All right, playing Battle of Hoth, then building a better AT-AT, which if we have time today, I do want to build an AT-AT to go with this. A little bit better than the actual scene itself. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We've got some extra blues. So that isn't going to be all. It's like checkers. The blues, hold on. The heroes are on the blues. The villains are on the greys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, we've got extra blues because we've got 4 of these as well. Duh. I forgot about that bit. There we go. Yeah, we don't have any extra blues. I take that back. It's their houses they're doing. Oh, there best be a load of references in there. Been dealing with an allergic reaction to tea tree oil. Oh, I hope you get better. Allergic reactions are not fun. I am allergic to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because that'll bite me in the bum. I should never say that on video because now if I have an allergic reaction in like a year's time, that clip is going to bite me on the bum. I've not found that I'm allergic to anything, thankfully. But oh, not good. No, any allergic reaction is not good. But I hope you get better soon. I'm very lucky that I'm not allergic to anything because I got a load of family members that are as well. Not to the same thing either. Allergic to different things. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Nope, you're not 3. We'll find that one in a second. I also shouldn't have pulled these up here, should I? I need to scrape these off. Give myself a bit more room. Oh dear. Oh, now we're building with them. But where's the other grey jumper? Because that was in the big bag. That would be crazy. Oh, here it is. That would be crazy if we're missing any more pieces. Just because, you know, Lego Star Wars sets are consistently missing a piece. Has anyone else found that? I haven't seen it too much outside of Star Wars. And I haven't even picked up many Star Wars sets myself. But I've had so many family members that have been picking up Lego Star Wars sets as well. Have been missing pieces consistently. Like they'll be buying them from Lego to get the gift with purchases and to up their points. And yeah, consistently getting missing pieces and having to I take them through the Lego replacement parts because that is the best way to get your parts back. As I will be trying. I mean, there's no harm in trying. And asking with the 2x2s because they were also in the bigger bag. So that was sealed. We opened that. And if we don't use them, that means Lego have made a little whoopsie. All right. 2 greys, 1 blue. Hopefully as this clears up, we'll have a bit more space on the desk. But I'm also noticing the hero. The hero who starts there, maybe they start there. That's where they're called in. Does not have a way to move forward, or maybe the hero's the only one that can move forward. They could move diagonally. Sort of a bishop from chess. Nice and sturdy. Wonder if someone has an allergy of plastics, they can't build Lego. That's a good question. A ABS allergy. Oh! So a true allergy to, what's a true allergy? What? Hold on. What is a true allergy? So a true allergy to ABS is rare. No, okay, hold on. Let's run that back. What is a true allergy? And let me pull this up as well on the internet that we can all read. And where is the, where is this? Where is this from? Antibiotics. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't. Is this it? Is this what it's called? Or is this something else? No, that's just an allergic reaction in general. We want specific ABS. Where? ABS, ABS, aha! ABS. How safe is it? Okay, yeah, it seems that an ABS reaction is extremely, extremely rare, but with Lego, you get things like mold, you get other contaminants that can grow on Lego that people can be allergic to. So whilst not directly to Lego, they can have allergic reactions. Mold's the first one that came to mind. What else can Lego be contaminated with other than like bacterias? I suppose if Lego came, like in public, Lego stores, anyone with any sort of allergic reaction, wait a second, anyone with an allergic reaction to like nearly anything can't partake in make and takes. Because what if someone, well, a severe allergic reaction, anyone with any sort of severe allergic reaction can't partake in make and takes because you don't know whose hand's been in there before. And it's just not worth the risk for a make and take, which sucks because then there's missing out. But maybe that's why certain stores, locally, a lot of stores will bag up the pieces beforehand and then will give you the elements so that you can build them. Maybe it's for like allergies or people that like don't want to risk the germs as well. You think how many other hands have been in those? Maybe don't think. Maybe it's best not to think about how many other hands have been in those drawers and in those bins before you. Otherwise, yeah, that's just not going to be too good, is it? The less you think about it, the better. Oh, 3 icicles. Is this going to be an obstacle? Or is this one going to be 2? Just decoration. I feel like it's some sort of obstacle. Watched the first Harry Potter movie last night and it was very good. Oh. Make sure to get the popcorn. I might want to have the Lego game. Watch the first Harry Potter. Oh, the Harry Potter Lego games are awesome. Yeah, they come in a collection now as well. It's like the complete saga. You can get years 1 to... I always forget it. It's 1 to 4 and then 5 to 7, despite the fact they never actually really get to 7. All right, so we're on this row here. How am I going to... Yep, that will work. We can read through. As long as we remember it's on the side and don't start building this way. And then we've got a triangle shape. All right. This is a big board game. Considering how small the Lego pieces are, they were smaller than the box. But what you could do is break it in half along these 3 seams here. And then store it away in the same box that it came in. Oh, not that way. I'll be seeing if we can break this down probably by the end of the stream. Let's build it before we break it down. And then, so we've got maybe a gap here. These won't be connected. And then that, oh, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know what shape we're making here. I'm trying to make it so it's even on both sides. I don't know what even on both sides would look like because we can't cross here. We'd also be missing one section going across. Oh, that would be interesting. Oh, that would be this bit. Oh, so we're building this. We're building this in reverse. Now that I know that, we can keep going with it. And this is going to be open. All right, that's going to be open. That's going to be sealed. And that bit's going to be open as well. We're onto something. Wonder if the larger Lego collectors are less prone to the allergy than small collectors. Yeah, because the more exposure to it. So I learned something the other day watching. What was I watching? I tell you what, it was probably one of the Hank Green things. One of the Ask Hank Anything, maybe. I was watching a few of those, and I found out that allergies themselves are, when you're young and you're introduced to something for the first time, your body has two responses. It can basically say, this is good, or this is bad. And an allergy is when it gets a little of something. The example used was egg. Definitely an Ask Hank Anything. And when your body gets that little bit, maybe it gets it with a bit like it's a bad egg or something like that. So your body fights it off to protect yourself and essentially saves you. But where is the other 2x2? Here you are. Your body will fight it off, but it will mark it as literally a bad egg. So if it is egg, it will be a bad egg. If it's not egg, then it will be a bad whatever it is. And your body, the allergic reaction is your body continuing to fight it off. So it never understands that it's a good thing. So for instance, with, what was it? Tea tree oil. Maybe when you were young, you were exposed to, not directly exposed to tea tree oil, but it would be along the lines of you were exposed to someone who had tea tree oil and maybe that person was ill. Maybe that was one of the first colds you caught. So now your body thinks the tea tree oil makes you sick. So it's like, it's scared of tea tree oil, essentially, and it fights it off. Really interesting discussion. I am not saying this as scientifically as it was explained to me, but it was really interesting to see that the body fights it off because it thinks it's bad. I always wondered how allergic reactions work, and I never searched it. So you're spot on with the people with bigger Lego collections that are exposed to more bacteria that Lego can hold. Say you grew up with a parent that was a big Lego collector, you will be less likely to, if experiencing like the Lego collection, you'd be less likely to get sick from Lego transmitted bacteria, and you'd have a stronger tolerance to some of the bacteria that can be present on Lego bricks, which is fascinating, because then it's a case of, well, how much do you expose yourself to? If you expose yourself to too much, you get that allergic reaction because your body thinks it's in trouble. But if you don't expose yourself to any of it, when it comes along, your body goes into panic mode, and that fascinates me. Want to have Lego board games again. The one they're doing for Ninjago now seems pretty good. They could do the same for other themes for Ninjago. Ninjago board game. And Ninjago did have one back in the day. Is there another one coming out? Is there another one that I may have... Wait, no, there are a few Lego board games, but they're not like this, are they? A lot of them are card games. Not the Ninjago one, but a lot of the Lego games are card games, and they've still dipped their toes in games. I'd love these to come back. Aha, where are the snow troopers? These are snow troopers. Where are the pilots? Snow trooper, rebel troopers. So 8 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. This rebel trooper looks like the guy from Jurassic World Rebirth. One of the troopers with goggles. The Jurassic World guy didn't have green goggles, but here's the pilots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, about that. Wait, we've got so many snow troopers. One sec. We have 11? Oh, because we have more heroes. And then we have Veers is our 12th. We have a football team of snow troopers. I'll show them up to the... Oh, wait, 12. We have subs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have Viz, Boba, and I saw Darth Vader. Here we are for Luke, Han, and Chewie. Who are the only 3 on the outside. Before we build that snowtrooper, let's take a little look at them. Darth Vader here, micro figures, absolutely amazing. I want to collect all the Ninjago micro figures. Not the old ones, like the new ones they've been sprinkling out. They haven't released all the different ninjas yet. Boba Fett's quite cool. A little bit of detail we've got. And the helmet looks accurate to Empire. It doesn't look too scratched up. There's our General Viz with a darker flesh face. But I think that's just because they were printing on grey and they had to darken it a little bit. And then we have 12 of these guys. 12 of them. 12 snowtroopers. This is just a regular one. We don't get any commandos or commanders, I should say. Oh yes, Moonshoes. Rip Dr. Grant, Alan Grant, Sam Neill passed, and crazy. I forget that Jurassic Park was not that long ago. You know, I forget how long some of these actors have been playing these roles. Absolutely smashed it in Jurassic Park, and I was happy to see him return in Jurassic World. That was nice. The last one. That's our Rebel Trooper, or the Jurassic World Rebirth villain. One of the villains, I think at least. A snowtrooper pilot, which this is interesting. Snowtrooper pilot in white. So snowtrooper pilot in white with the orange printed on. And then we have, I assume this is Luke. And to make Luke stand out, they've made Luke orange, which looks a bit more like his X-Wing jumpsuit, which is orange and black rather than orange and grey. They're not even orange and white. Maybe light bluish grey would have worked for him. Han Solo in his blue Parker jacket, which isn't actually blue. It's brown. It looks blue in the movie, which is why in The Force Awakens they gave Han a blue jacket. So if you've got the blue Han from Empire, you can use it in Force Awakens. And Chewbacca, who looks very happy to be here. I think Chewbacca's my favourite just because we don't have an R2-D2. Now we've taken a look. Let's get to building the other one. Do we know if Jurassic World, for Rebirth, do we know if that's going to have a second movie about it? Because they ended it in a way where it could just end there. They could wrap it up. Or, got the turret, they could keep going. They could keep going. They probably will keep going for Jurassic World. Because it's one of those franchises that dinosaurs will never not be fun. And I think they did right in Jurassic Park. See, we're getting further away from Jurassic Park. I want more Jurassic, but less Park. Because my favourite parts of Jurassic Park wasn't the park with a dinosaur breaking out. There's only so many times they can do the whole dinosaur breakout. And I think they've already done it enough. So then Jurassic World, they went to the island. And it was a very similar thing to the first one, but with Rebirth, now they're going to like the wild island. Now they're just out and about, and that is awesome. It also allows them to keep evolving dinosaurs. The original Jurassic Park came out in the 80s. We only knew so much back then about dinosaurs, and Jurassic World then retouched on them about how like furry they get and some of the feathers on them and little bits like that. So they were able to update it for Jurassic World. Now with Rebirth, it hasn't been that long since we got the Jurassic World trilogy, but it's been long enough for other little bits to have been discovered and things to have been found about dinosaurs that they can add into these movies. And I think for as long as we're researching dinosaurs, like till we find the final dinosaur fossil, we found there was a breakthrough the other day. Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. We've got another... Who are you? Wait, you look like Viz. Oh, that was an ATST driver. This is our General Viz. So we do have an extra villain. One more villain than we have a hero. Maybe that's because we need 2 to pilot one of the ships. Maybe the snowtroopers don't even pilot any ships. We'll find out. But as long as they're finding dinosaur bones, we can get more Jurassic movies. I'm not saying no to that. Also, the more Jurassic movies we get, the more Jurassic Lego sets we get, and the dinosaurs have been one of the highlights of Creator for me. And the mystical characters as well. Not just the actual animals. It's good to see actual animals. I wish Lego had Creator paired up with a charity, because for Lego's brand, that would be nuts. Pairing it up to a charity. Where is that 1x1 brick? It's a transparent brick. So I'm wondering if I just can't see it. But at the same point, I'm not going blind, am I? It's not here. Maybe it's already rolled away. Nope, not on the desk. Not underneath. All right, that one I can get as well. If they had Creator paired up to an animal, and not like every Creator set, it doesn't have to be a compulsory thing. It would just be when they release a Rhino set, which they come out with recently, they can then advertise it as, oh, every time you buy this set, we will send a percentage. I don't know if they'd have to disclose it. A percentage of this set, the proceeds would go to protecting wild rhinos out here, there, and everywhere, or stopping this, that, and the other. Hold on, where are the other pieces in this set? Where's the little horns? Have they got the wrong colors? Are these silver tails? Okay, these ones are in here. That's good to see. Little hands as well, little feet, the little legs. This Tauntaun is very similar to the one in the Advent this year. You could do this with Advent builds or with any of the smaller make and takes, as long as you've got a ton of the 4x4 round plates and 2x6s, both of which are on BAM from time to, not BAM, I keep saying that, on PAB, on the Pick a Brick, Pick and Build in Lego stores, then you'll be able to put these together. What is this on the side? Why does the Tauntaun have a turret? Why are we adding a turret to the side of the Tauntaun? I do not remember seeing a Tauntaun turret in Empire. I'm pretty sure they didn't have turrets. Pretty sure. Maybe I need to rewatch Empire for the Tauntaun turrets. These are the horns. Hey, I love it when Lego does this. They've got a neck bracket on the neck of the Tauntaun, a Tauntaun neck bracket, and that's holding a slope for the head to get that third stud, because there's no way we would ever need a three-sided snot brick. And there's the Tauntaun, there's the little Tauntaun with the cannon on the side. Cannon Tauntaun, Tauntaun cannon. All right. Ah, and that's got one, whereas the ATS team might have two. May it be? Here we go, Empire time. Now, are we building one or two of these? Because it shows us two, but doesn't times two to the next page. Cheeky. Let's try and keep up with that then. Right, 1, 2. we can cure all Lego allergies. And yeah, I've never thought about that with the make and takes, because over COVID as well, so many people stopped sharing things in public. So many things become contactless, so many things evolved in that sort of way, and Lego are out here mixing up bags for make and takes. It surprises me they don't just bag them up. It creates so many problems and so much stress for the staff. That's really who it's stressing out. The staff in stores having to make sure that everyone gets the fair share. Everyone ends up getting one of each of these elements, or, you know, 5 of this element, 5 of that element. I went to the World Cup make and take. That was pretty cool. They had the arch, they had the little station to build it. I think it controls how many people are getting them, because with the World Cup trophy, so many parents weren't waiting in line. And there was a line. There's not usually a line near me, but there was a line. And wait, 2. Oh yeah, 2 on the back, 2 on the front. Got it. And I do think it is to control the amount of things they're giving out, because if someone's building it, everyone has to wait for that person to build the set. And it's like this. This is a good example of a little make and take. Something about this size with a few little snot brackets or bricks that is a bit fiddly to play around with. And then if they're giving them out pre-bagged, if they're giving them out to make at home, it's just taking a bag and they get rid of so many more of them, which I think is good for poly bags because usually they're branded. And the World Cup trophy might have been all right. But for your average build, after like an hour or two in a busy store, it's gone. It's empty. There's no more. And everyone else is coming in disappointed that they can't get the Lego set that was advertised. Oh, wow. This is chunky. This is chunky, but the legs move and they have a joint in the bottom. This has more articulation in this AT-AT than most AT-ATs bigger. I mean, up to the playset, you see the same articulation in the playset. You've got the 2 joints in the leg. Outside of that, no smaller AT-AT. The Microfighter might have, but a lot of the poly bags, even the Midi Scout AT-AT, which is the one I want to build today, has fixed legs, which I think is crazy for a diorama, because a diorama isn't a playset, so you can't play with it. You'd want to at least have something to fiddle with if that's going to sit on a desk or a shelf. Being able to pose it in different poses every couple of days or every so often. Oh, wow, oh, wow, we've got a deformed piece. Oh, look at this. Look, I can't even hold this. I'm going to have to try and stud this down onto one of these bars, or actually, I can't do it on these bars. These are the older bars, so they've got the rounded off edge. Do I have any lightsabers on? I do have quite a few lightsabers. What about the toe of an AT-RT? Look at that element. Look at the end of that element. Those binoculars, slightly bent, molded, again, straight from the Lego factory. So good thing I've got a ton of these from back in the day. That's crazy though, and because it's folded over so much, it's closed up the stud. So this is what it should look like compared to what it does look like. It's not meant to be folded over. That is crazy. Easy swap. We might have even got a spare one in this set. No spare pieces. We've got a brick separator in red. We've got a brick separator in red. How many of you have seen a red brick separator? It's a crowbar. Still counts. Definitely separates bricks. Yeah, those binoculars are... Not seen one of those before. Not seen one of those in that way. Mismolded. And yeah, that's a shock. Wow. I didn't know that was possible. Lego praise themselves on their quality. That's sneaking through, easy to do, but hopefully quality checks have upped their game since then. Again though, to go back to the missing pieces, crazy how common they are in sets still. Hello there, Bevel. Found this set in a secondhand store, was wondering if you should pick it up. I think the figs are really fun to have, definitely. The set you couldn't care less about, you think. If you're not one to play with Lego, and oh, we're getting troopers in the back of this. If you're not one to play with Lego, that is something that, yeah, these games aren't the prettiest, are they? I actually like the little builds of this, given how some of the other games look, but I had the pyramid and the dragon. The dragon looks all right, but where they're so small, these are robots. Almost looks like Rocky from Hail Mary. I just need like the legs to come out a little wider and to get the 2 heads for the AT-AT. Rocky's definitely something that could have been in Star Wars after watching Hail Mary. Definitely. I've also seen there has been a Phineas and Ferb board game. So technically Phineas and Ferb has already got a Lego set. I might build that one. I just might build that one as well, because that's got a build for Perry and That didn't have micro figures though. We still haven't got any Phineas and Ferb figs because Perry's brick built and all of the other characters are studs. I think maybe plates stuck on top of each other. Have I put this backwards? No, I've put this not brick the wrong way up. Aha! We just needed something underneath to act as the turrets. Oh wait, is this what the sides are? They're the side turrets of the AT-AT head, and then a clip on the neck. Yeah, there's no way we could have used any other clips. And there's our AT-AT. Have we got a bar? Is that... Oh, literally the next step is to put the bar all the way through the torso. And that will hold it up. Same as our slope on the snowspeeder. And the clear brick on the Tauntaun. I think these display pieces, the real reason we're building this, I think these display pieces would look amazing on the giant, not the AT-ATs, but the snowspeeders, the Tauntauns. I wanted to see so much more from the AT-AT, and I can't believe that we didn't get any more. We just got the AT-AT. We did get a little snowspeeder, but then they added it to a black base and tried to make it look like it's worth 900 quid. Which is what LEGO do with their black bases. I've noticed that any sets that they try to sell as like these massive display pieces and expensive designs, they slap a black base on it. And it kind of works for Star Wars, I think. Star Wars can be made to look like it is worth a fortune with a black base. But is it? Does it really change the value? I also think a white base for the AT-AT would have been my preferred color, because it's Hoth. Why white? Why black even? I mean, why white? Because it's Hoth. That's why white. Would LEGO ever switch up their black design? I think they're too far gone. Although, I keep saying that because battle droids, that's what LEGO have said. Battle droids have been that way forever because that's how they've done them. IG has gone through how many different designs? We had the classic design with the cone and the color stud. Then they swapped that for a printed brick, and we did get a different printed brick. We've had 2 or 3 different prints on that brick, but it's all the same. It's all a printed brick at the end of the day. And now we've got a molded head. So never say never. When it comes to a LEGO design, never say never. They've always got time to change it. Oh, like inventing a brick that's a bit sturdier than that. Oh, hold on. They've got a little detail. So the turret on one side and the stud on the other. This came out 2012, which is 32 years after Empire Strikes Back. So they've got a load of good looks at this. We've got 2 more clear bricks that are missing. Come on, LEGO. So far, we've missed the 2 2x2 tiles and the 3 1x1 bricks. And that has been it. I think these bricks would have been in a bigger bag as well. So I don't think they're from the little one. And then, oh, brick building the legs. As long as it stands up. We were meant to stack these together, weren't we? Not put them one next to each other. Otherwise it wouldn't have stood up. It was about to not stand up whatsoever. Shiny teeth. Did they not exist in grey? Did they not exist in grey? Same with the towels of the Tauntaun. And that's why we've got it in silver. Because with everything else in grey, it does look like an odd colour to have. And you can pose the legs so that they look like they're walking a little bit. You don't want them to walk too much. They might unbalance themselves and the AT-ST might fall over. But you can walk it a little bit. And is this for this pilot, isn't it? The Turner pilot to fit in. Why isn't this in one? So that's the Tauntaun equivalent. We've also got the AT-AT is the equivalent of the Snowspeeder, of which the AT-AT is hidden. There we go. And now we've got a Rebel turret. Hold on. We've got a rounded... Wait, what's the rounded bit for? And just the one, and then, oh, and then we're grouping them up in 4. Is this going to be like 4 lives or 4 hearts? Oh, the hill. Where's the hill? No! We're missing the hill as well. Oh, come on, Lego. This is now the 3rd different type of element. What were they doing back in 2012? What was going on? I'll keep the bag out in case we need another one of those. And a dish. How did they... Oh, yes. Because it's a double-sided snot. It's the same technique used as the top of the Dalek. Pretty nice. 2 rebels behind, and then... Hold on. We've got another 2 rebels spare. Have they given us spare rebels, or are we going to use... I don't think we've got enough parts to use any of them. I think they're just bonus figs. Oh, 1. Yeah, I think we've got 1 extra, which is why we had 12. Did we have 12 or did we have 13 of the snowtroopers? Oh, wait a second. We are meant to have another one. No, are we missing one, or did I not put one back properly? Is this is meant to be a rebel? Oh, we are missing one. Well, that's not good. We need 1 more micro figure. And then 1 more. No, we've probably got the right amount of snowtroopers. We don't have the turret. Oh, Lego. Oh, Lego, can someone keep track? What parts are we missing? Let me make a note, just so I can get half these. I think the minifigures are long gone. No chance we're going to be able to get those. But there were 2 2x2 tiles, because it turns out we do need these 2x2 plates. There was the bricks. 3 lots of the round clear brick. What else? What else were we missing? Now we're missing 1 rebel, a trooper. We've also got the 1x1. That's handy. We don't have the black dish. We don't have the black snot. We also don't have the black 1x1. Okay, this is nuts not to have those. I have verified that 1 open bag was complete. So that was complete against an unopened version, and that's crazy that one of the other bags were missing this many pieces. 1 of you, 1 of you, and a dish. It must have been the other small bag. And that was definitely sealed, because I double checked. The price I got this on was so good. I was making sure that it weren't being tampered with or nothing was up with it, and I can tell you it was not. There was no way that that was tampered with whatsoever. And the seller's actually pretty good as well. Even without checking, I'd take their word for it. So this is just Lego missing a ton of pieces. Hold on though. Wait. Why have we got so many pieces left over? Some of these are going to be spares. These definitely 1x1s, all going to be spares. No way we've got 3 of these though, 1x1s. We've got another printed part as well. Why do we have a duplicate printed part? And where did the other figures go? Let's have a look. So we've missed... Oh, okay, we missed this one. We didn't do that, and I assume on the other side there was also a... Yeah, we missed that Imperial one. That's on me. That's my bad. Where does Han and Chewie go? Maybe they were... Don't tell me they were behind the turret. No, they weren't behind the turret. They weren't in a snow speeder. No. All right. There you go, and then... Same for Yo. We've also got 2 Imperials. We've got Vader and Boba, Han and Chewie. Wait, no, you're Vader. Vader goes here. We got Viz. We got Viz. So, yes, Chewie, Han, Boba, Viz. They're there. We've got or 1x2s. Let me jot down the dish. Black dish, 2x2. We've also got a black headlight and a black 1x1 round brick. What was the other piece we were missing? We had the round one. Oh, the hill. The hill. Yes. So we were missing, out of this set, we were missing 2 2x2 white tiles. I should have the colors, shouldn't I? That would help me get these. 3 1x1 clear round bricks. A grey hill with 2 studs on the top. A rebel trooper, a black dish, a black headlight brick, and a black 1x1 round brick. But we then got 4 1x2 plates spare. They don't really add up to anything. 1 printed tile, which is a nice spare piece to get. We've already got 2 on the dice. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay, nice. I accept that. And yeah, we've also got the brick separator, which they don't show off, but that's going to help get some of these pieces off when the time comes. Other than that, we've got 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I'm counting these because I don't know how many of these there should be. I guess there's a few spare parts you can bring pieces on maybe, and that's probably where the heroes come in. And then we're just missing that 1 figure. Wow, that's impressive to have been all there. Now let's get the board game out. What I might do is put the board game aside and then play through that as a video, because that could take forever setting up the instructions. But this is what I wanted to see. Putting the board game away, that seemed to be pretty straightforward in terms of you break off the 3 icicle pieces. Oh, now the icicles make sense. So you break those off. Turns out the icicles are all aligned. Do I have to break those off though, or could I just break those off one side? Like, isn't it a bit extra to break it off completely? And then these overlap, and we could go one step further, stud them down. I would recommend against studding them down and instead flipping them over and just misaligning them maybe, so they can go down like so. And then let's get rid of the plastic bags. Do they fit back in the tray? Does it fit? Oh, yes. Perfect. Perfect fit. We're going to keep out these characters and little side builds. As for these spare parts, I am so confused about why we've got the pieces we do and we don't have the pieces we don't. Does that make sense? Why these elements are hanging around, and we've got the one that wasn't as extra as you may think. That was just a broken piece. So we should jot that one down as well, but at least that was in the box. 1 broken light bluish grey binoculars. You could then put all of the characters inside the game board, close it up, and it's ready to play. If we have some time at the end of the stream, we might play a quick round of it, and we can't forget about the dice. That would help. But the reason why we are not going straight into a game is because I want to get up the Lego AT-AT diorama and build it. That is a January set that we never got around to building. This is not the AT-AT diorama. This is the UCS set. That is not the one. I'm pretty sure I clicked this link. Yep, there you go. That's the AT-AT that we wanted to build. You can see the micro snowspeeder is basically the same. Hold on. It is basically like, it's different, but it's basically the same. Whoever built this definitely grew up playing this. They've overcomplicated the hell out of this. I don't like the bar at the bottom. I dread to think how they've connected it. We've got a nice stud at the back for ours. But the AT-AT also needs a white base, and I want to get some of these extra builds on the bottom. So the AT-AT, we're going to dispose of those. Let's see if the ATST, I think it might be a bit too small. Let's see if that scales up. And then let's add the snow speeders. Apparently they scale. We will check that out. And the same for some of these troopers as well. I think they're the perfect size to get around in and just generally about the AT-AT. Even if we are missing that one rebel trooper, we can still push through. Perfect. Remembered that first time. And see how this AT-AT works, how it looks. Let's dispose of these. Put you down there. And this is going to be a great display because I recolored the gingerbread AT-AT last year. Made that great. We didn't follow, actually we recolored it before the gingerbread AT-AT even come out. It came out, what, September? So it must have been about this time almost last year that we recolored it. And it was all right. This one fits a bit more to the scale of an AT-AT. The size of the AT looks a bit better in this form. We should probably use some of these modified, whatever they're called, 2x3 plates with two 1x2 plates and another 2x3 plate. Why did I put the brick separator away? That is like one of the best elements. And I don't have my figure up on my display, so I'm going to nick the red one and put this to use. See if this holds up to 14 years being sat on a shelf. I don't know at what point in 2012 this came out, but it definitely weren't Christmas. Great Christmas game to bring out. It says it's for two or four players, and it's a 10 to 20 minute game. So we should have plenty of time at the end of the stream to play. Wait, it's a 10 to 20 minute round. Is that it? That's quick. I thought it'd be a bit more like chess and take a while, but apparently not. Apparently it's a fairly quick game to play through. I remember the other ones being fairly quick, but the other boards were tiny. They were like 16 by 16 plates. And that was the game. That was the entire board. And you'd have to work yourself. So both of them were pyramid style games. One of which you had to work your way up an actual pyramid. Then you had mummies. I used to play that single player. And I don't know if that was just me playing with myself, or if there was a way you could just roll, because a roll's a roll. I wonder if you could just roll for your opponent, even if your opponent's not there. There's only so many pieces you can do when you're working your way down a pyramid. And I also used to get really competitive with myself in terms of trying to knock myself out. Like, I wanted to win both teams, basically. When you play You're the Shoe, you're always the shoe. Good old Monopoly reference. I haven't played Monopoly for ages. I saw Star Wars has a Monopoly board digitally, a digital Monopoly, which digital Monopoly, I don't know how I feel about the different themes. I used to love the physical Monopoly when it was the Star Wars one they did for The Force Awakens. That was cool. If you didn't play Star Wars Monopoly for The Force Awakens, they come out with a board that didn't look like Monopoly. It just didn't. It was planets instead of, like, it wasn't just a Monopoly board with names of planets. Most reskins are just that. They're reskins. It's a Monopoly board, but they change the street names. Let's see if I can find the Star Wars Monopoly, but the planet version. They've come out with a Book of Boba Fett Monopoly, the Mandalorian and Grogu Monopoly has already come out. An Ahsoka Monopoly. Wait, they've got Monopolies for everything. This is the one. This is the one. Can I see a board game of it though? No. No. Hasbro, it's Monopoly. It's the Vader Kylo, and there's a few figures. Which year did this come out? What year? It doesn't say. It's this one though. It's, oh, there we go. We'll keep the desk up. It's this Monopoly that had the planets around. But rather than just being a reskin of Monopoly like this is still very much Monopoly. It had some planets. I think it was like the 2015 one. This is like early on in the sequel trilogy. Yeah, it seems to be 2015. Here we go. Look at the planets on the inside. Oh, it was the same link apparently. That's not a great image. But it was, you can see the planets on the inside. So you could then run it. I don't even remember what the special thing was about playing it. There was definitely something you could do about running round on the inside, and those planets each had their own differences as well. So as well as playing the outer board, the planets were special moves, or maybe it was to do with the way you built houses. Something was very different. That was a lot of fun. That was different though. Because of the way the board looks, it's round. It's round, the cards go on the outside. It felt like a new game. It was the exact same. It's Monopoly at the end of the day. Exact same, but it felt so new, and that was cool to play. 2s and 3s. That's right, we've got the tray back as well. The Master Mouldie patent pending tray. So this is going to be a breeze for pouring pieces out, especially with all of the smaller elements getting into their own drawers rather than bags. It's so much easier to work with. A tray. Ooh. Now. Why don't we use a 2x4 to go across all of those studs? A 2x4 across those studs would be so neat. It lines up perfectly. A 2x4 is probably going to show up in this. A 2x2 has already shown up in this. Unless there's something going across that you need these two studs, like that crack. Unless that crack gets in the way of something later on, I don't see why that's going to be a problem. 2x6s as well. I should move these closer. The amount of 2x6s we've used for even mocks recently. Let me grab a stack. Light bluish, dark bluish grey. We'll use light bluish grey for the lot. Snot bricks to offset the side of the brick. This is feeling like the torso. If this is the head of the AT-AT, sorry. If this is the head of an AT-ST in an AT-AT build, I'm going to be very surprised. Especially because of how symmetrical it is. I think those Technic pieces are for the legs. Come on. This always worries me. Look at how this pops off. You saw it pop off earlier. It looks like it's bending. I mean, it is bending. But that's how it goes, and it's so secure. Maybe if we tried it at both sides, it'd be better. Can we? Oh, wait, there's a hole. There's a hole in the top. Oh, there's a hole. Let me do that with this one. There's a hole in the top. So as you put the old brick separator in the hole and then bend it, that pops off easy as pie. That was good. That was satisfying. Happy we did that. Oh, should have got some more Technic pieces. Also a Moon Shoes reference. Yes. Whenever I play Monopoly, I always like being the other character, and especially when I used to play with family, there was always 4 of us. So we always got, you know, the pieces there. But when I'd play, when other family would be round, we'd have extra pieces. And even though Monopoly is it probably says on it that it's like a 1 to 4? Yeah. You could play Monopoly one person. It's how many like times you can go around the board before you're bankrupt, because there's only so much you can spend before you start needing to whittle down what you've spent. So I think one person, maybe that doesn't follow the same rules, but Monopoly is a 2 to 4 player game. But as long as you've got more pieces, and eventually you're going to need more Monopoly boards to combine the cash, you could play Monopoly for up to however many pieces you can, however many people you can fit around a Monopoly board, which depends on how many screens you've got up around as to how many people can actually see the thing. But I think you could play Monopoly for a lot of people. And I'm speaking a lot of people. A lot. All right, 1x4 on the top and another 1x2. This is why all the 1x2s go, because we end up using them first chance we get. Be a 2 and a 3. But no, I had to swap it out. That is solid. Wow. Wow, is that solid. Crazy. And that has got to be the legs. So that's a good idea of how big the connection is going to be, how big the 8080 is going to be at this point. We got a little ahead of ourselves here. The jumper on the front. Do I have one spare in grey? I do. As long as we don't need too many more, which I think we will, because I remember saying for the legs about needing them. All right. Away you go. These ones we don't need. But no. White 1x2. Why the white 1x2? Is that a more expensive piece? Are we overpaying by using that white 1x2? Lego know what they're doing if they are. And wedges. This is something I don't like in the new 8080, the way they do the sides. This I haven't built yet. I don't know. I'm liking the look of it so far. But the new 8080, the sides are built different, and it's not a good different. It's a weird different. It's a different to the degree of just not being right. Not a good different because of how previous 8080s have built. We haven't had a previous 8080 at this scale ever, I don't think. I think this is the first 8080 we've got at a MIDI scale, because we got Star Destroyers. We've got the Falcon before as well. But I don't think we've had the... I don't think we've had the 8080 MIDI scale. We haven't had any trophy size, have we, of 8080. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and add the instructions to this page, not this page, to the desk view, and see if we can. Yeah, these are the instructions. Let's minimize this and just have it up like in the corner where I'm not, or I could have it underneath. All right, chat, let me know what you think. Should the instructions be up here? Is this too in the way? We could also cut it off, have it as far up. Let's get rid of the bar as well. Just completely get rid of it. Is that cool? Or would you rather have it bottom left, bottom right? Let me know. Also, we could probably minimize the bottom bit down here. Look how tiny the mouse is. Teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Oh, so many of this left-hand side. But like one of the right. One of the right. That's a windmill. That's why I've got so many of the others. Definitely a windmill. And, oh, I forgot to pour these into the tray. It's actually easier to put them back in the tray and then to pour them back in than it is to try and get them across. There we go. Oh, we've also, for tomorrow, again, I try not to bring these up because we will be speaking about them tomorrow, but there is the results from actually a stream. They streamed the final of the other Asia final for the first LEGO League, so we can see exactly what the robots were doing. I'm excited to be looking at that because we didn't get any news. We got one Facebook post announcing the winner of the last one, and this time they streamed it because it's the final tournament, the final open invitational of this season, and then they go on to the final season. I think 26-27 is the final season. So I don't know when that all kicks off. I think it's it's probably after the summer that it all kicks off and they start it all back up again. But when that starts back up, we will be following that with great interest. They've only got a bracket on one side. Is that important? Is that important? No, not really. What, for that 1x3? No. Do they add another bracket? They don't close off the top. Ah, that's annoying. That's annoying. I think we could ignore it. If we've got that double jumper, we could ignore that and just go with the single one on the bottom. But I've got to find a double jumper that would work, because that's tan, that's green. Oh, what did I do? I'll do that. Let's see. No grey ones in there. And that's grey 2x4s. Not grey 2x2s. We've got a few of those floating around. We could also lock that on the bottom. Get like a 2x6 in there. Any 2x4s in grey. A lot of tan. Why do I have so many tan? Is that from the Master Builders Cantina? Is that where they're from? Because I don't remember getting a single 2x4 jumper in tan for the Master Builders Cantina. And finally, last and least, I don't think there's one in here, but I could be wrong. Not, but I could be wrong. So what we're going to have to do is use two separate ones, and there should be a way that we can connect them still, right? Down, 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 down. If we're not going to use the top end of that, and that's why they've gone with a tile, maybe they've got the bracket, because we are going to use one of them. I don't think we're going to be adding anything on top. Then what we could do is add a 2x4 bracket. That would get a, should I bring this in because it's a smaller build? That's more like it. That's what it's needing. It needed to be closer and to get all these tubs, most of these tubs, out of the way. Oh, didn't mean to leave that behind. My bad. And now we've got a clean workstation as well. So the reason I'm gonna switch this up is because this is easier to put together than whatever Lego we're doing. And what we'll be able to do when the time comes is include a 2x2 if we do need studs on the top, and then a 2x2 underneath, which will secure it down to the other side. And that should work perfectly for what we need. Unlike this bandage that is coming off, and it's looking better than it was earlier. Still not looking good, but what do you expect? All right, there we go. This is definitely a safe way of securing the bandage at home. I knew it. I knew we'd find a reuse for that tape from... Do not stick sellotape to your skin. You might get a really bad reaction to it. I've done this enough as a kid to know that I'm pretty cool with it. But still, you should never risk it. It cuts off like the air to your skin. Just don't do it. Do as I say, not as I do, please. 4, 3, and ooh, some fancy pieces. Yes. Which fancy pieces? We need a round one, a grey 1x3, and a rollerblade in grey or light bluish grey. There's one on top. Yes. Saves pulling that one out then, doesn't it? 1x3. This is pointing down. 1x3 pointing down. Wait. Oh, 1x4 round. Oh, that's a nice one. The detail on this definitely beats the one we've just built. Just by a little bit. Look at the back of the one we've just built compared to the one we're building now. Can't believe Lego got away with that in 2012. Well, I guess they didn't really, because they didn't advertise it as one of these bigger pieces. Do I have a 1x4 to hand? Oh, 1. Oh, no, that's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 4. There we go. 1x4. And then we need some really awkward work on the bottom. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this on the back of an AT-AT? What if we had, what would work? That, no, that wouldn't work. Actually, this might be the easiest way to do it. If I'm thinking about this right, this might be the easiest way to do it right now. And then we can mess around with it once we're done to see if we can get it looking any better. Let's get the base model built first. What do we need? A jumper in the middle in a light bluish grey. We're going to need more of those this build. That I can tell. How easy is that? Oh, you missed it. It wasn't even in the middle of the camera. Oh, that was so satisfying. At least you saw half of it. And then one of the double ones. I think I'm using them all. Unlike the Anzelin ship. Oh, look at this. I've just managed to find some of those elements that we need. Wait, why is there only one on the Anzelin ship? What else have I used them for? Hold on. Hold on. I mean, why is there only one in my hand? I thought I had more. 1 second. Oh, wait, there's another one here. No, that's dark bluish grey. Where did they all go? Where? How? What? Who? Whatever. Whenever. All right, well, there is one of these on there, which is a extra study one. If we need the jumper on the back, maybe we need those extra studs. How is there only one on the whole Anzelin ship? That's an older jumper. We need a newer jumper, because the newer jumper has that third hole in the middle for the studs. There we go. Definitely don't think this will be the end. We're going to be including something on here. I just don't know what it is yet. And we need more Technic. More Technic in the middle. So let's just get a ton of Technic pieces. If we keep coming back. And again, could these not all be... If there's a black piece, yeah. I'm going to get a ton of these axle elements, so that we can use those instead and just swap out the black Technic pins with some blue pieces. That should be easier. I need to get the blue pieces now, but once we've got those, that'll be easier to use than all of the black ones, as we're struggling to find them so much. No point pouring these out. These are all the same. And we'll grab 4 of those. Might as well keep it, but get 4 of them out as we've got the 4 bricks. All right, this is going to be satisfying. That's satisfying. Something about pouring Lego into a tub that's I think it's the noise. I think it's the sound it makes. Super satisfying. Where did those brackets go? We put them back. And this is top down again. We're running low on the top down. Can we stop? Can we stop with the top down? I think I've already used them. We've got one on the bottom. We do have that one grey one. And we've got a few tan ones as well. Let's run it with these. We're going to need some on the other side. And tan, I know that I've got at least 2 more on the other side. Some purples as well that can be recolored. Those purples I got off BAM purely with the intention of painting them up and getting them all switched up. All right, you're going to have to go back. You're in the way of the keyboard. And then instead of this... Oh, wait. No, that is instead. Instead of the 1x3 tile, that's where the 2 2x2 plates kick in. There we go. That's where the 2 2x plates kick in, and they should secure it down. We might need to do a similar thing to the front. And, oh, look at this. Step 17. It's an axle brick with a blue pin instead of a black pin with a pinhole brick. What do you know? Obi-Wan, what do you know? And no more brackets on the top. So we've probably ended it. That's where the roof is. And now to do the same on the other side. This time we might need to get that pinhole brick on the front. Wait, there's an explosive. Yes, yes, I've got to get it. Got to get that explosive. We should have enough of them for now. Got to get that explosive. Is there one on top? Because that would help. Nope. There we go. There's a few of these hanging around. That's a nice reference because for those of us that haven't watched Empire, I have. I don't know why I said us. For those of you, if you haven't watched Empire Strikes Back and you have a Disney Plus subscription, go watch it. After this stream, there's your homework. And if you don't have a Disney Plus subscription, you can usually find it in charity stores for £1. So go look out for that. Otherwise, Disney are probably selling it at like 25 quid on Blu-ray. Low-key worth it still, but you can find it cheaper, I will say that. But for those of us that haven't watched it, for those of you that haven't watched it, Luke throws a thermal detonator, just like this, into the belly of an AT-AT and causes it to explode. Early days of the movie, so that's not a massive spoiler, but it's a really cool scene. And I think it's impressive as well because of the way they made it work. Like, that's something that a lot of the AT-ATs were stop motion and hand-done puppets, and they actually blew up a lot of the puppets used for Star Wars. They ended up blowing up most of them. Oh, wait, 3. 3 doesn't stretch. What do I need on top? Is there any other studs? I like to skip way ahead and... Oh, wait, is that a clip? Did we put clips on it? Did I just miss the clip? No? Okay. Why 1x3 tiles then and not 1x4s? I'm gonna answer that question by putting 1x4 tiles and then seeing if there's a problem later on. So we'll get the tiles, we'll keep them out in case we need to switch them to 1x3s. I should be good for both of them. Grey is a very popular color when it comes to Star Wars ships. Grey is one of the only colors when it comes to Star Wars ships. And at least that will secure fully down the brackets that we've used. And a nice little bit of color on the inside, I will say, with the blue, with the tan, with all the different elements. And that brick that we saw must keep in, yes, 1x3. 2x3, sorry. The brick that we saw must keep in the bars. Now then, this has got to be the neck joint. So I am going to do what the Lego instructions say. Get a Technic brick, get a rounded brick, and get a triple pin going the whole way through. Are there better ways of securing it? No, I wouldn't say any way is better than this. As long as you've got the pins in there and you're connecting it to other bricks. Like, this will fix most of the UCS sets. They need an extra connection when it comes to a pin. All they have is that single pin. Don't know why I got 2. And I'm going to agree with Lego. They've put the pin in because when they're pulling this apart, you can pull the pin out, and especially modifying it, it's easier to pull the pin out than if this gap was between there. You'd have to remove the bricks to get rid of the pin. And that would be hard to do. This is connected on the bottom with plates, so there's no way of separating them without removing one or the other. You might as well use it the way Lego say in this case. Usually they actually say the opposite. So happy they've started to switch that around. Now let's see if we can find some of the 1x5 plates. Is this one? Oh, this isn't one, it's 2 of them. Smash that. Love it when you get 2. The piece you want when you're working from like Lego boxes, when you're working from a bigger Lego container and you get both of them. You get both the elements, or you put your hand in and you find that one piece you want in a massive tub of Lego. There's no better feeling. There really isn't. Now, this is going to be awkward. What are we going to do here? Is this for the neck? That's for the neck of the AT-AT. They've included an axle on the top. So there's a few ways we can work this with the pins. I think we start it off the exact same as Lego. I do think, depending on how the neck looks, we switch this up on the middle and use an extender. They don't give us much, do they? No, we work on the sides before we get around to this. Only I made note of the number. Oh, look, there we go. That's what we need to know. So there's a version of that that has a gap in the middle. We actually kind of want the full thing. The one thing with an axle though is it bends just like pins. So we include 3 of those pins. Back we go all the way, keep on chugging, here we are. If we include 3 of the same pin elements, we could then attach it to a wheel and use this piece to then connect the neck. So that's going to work out lovely, splendid, grand. Oh, that almost didn't. Almost knocked the drawdown on top. Come on. We need you. Do we? Do we? Or am I looking in the wrong drawer after all this? Are you in this bag? Are you? Or are you just the axles? Nope, you're in that bag. Perfect. And then we do need a 1 by... Actually, we've also got this pin already because that axle just feels a little extra. Maybe it's too secure. Maybe it's too tight and they want it to be a bit looser. Also, do we have these in grey? I don't think so. We have light bluish grey. We have... Wait, what other colours do we have for the pins? We have black, 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 we have... Do you think we got any black? We got some white as well. I want grey to be... Wait, if this is going to be hidden, doesn't matter what is what. We'll have grey on top, just in case the grey on top is shown a little bit. That will be the clearest one to see from the outside. And we've done the exact same to the neck now that Lego have done to the top here. They've overcomplicated it a tad. I think Legos might make it more secure. So I'll be interested to see how this holds up. If that holds up though, pretty darn impressive. And then we'll get the wheels. Do we have a wheel to hand we can use in that? I think they're in the bigger one. So unless we've got some in the Technic drawer, but we'll get to that when they're needed. And they're not needed right now. Which we do need 2 by 4. Oh, we're already locking this thing in place. So let's get rid of these. Where did those tubs go? I'm not going to put it back in the back. I'm going to put it in one of these tubs. Takes up less space, or just as much space as a bag technically, but we can fit more in it. And then that, does it fit back in? No, not really. I'll sort that out later. I'll get that to fit. It will fit. You will fit. Anything to say about it? I have. Should not do that without taking a drink first. Stay hydrated. Where's the 1x4s? This is the odd plates. This is 3s. There's still a 1x4 in it, but there shouldn't have been. And then we can use, that's a new jumper. Wait, there was a ton of new jumpers, a ton of old jumpers I bumped into earlier. Now I'm seeing the new ones. Let's see if we can get some old jumpers for that. There's one. There's a new one. I thought I had a ton of them. And this must be secured in there. So we've got some double-sided snot bricks. Do I even own any of those? I own some of the triple-sided, which we just joked about earlier, never needing to exist. This is a different case. This is a bigger one. But I don't own any of the double-sided snot bricks at all. They just do not exist. But 1x2 clips. All right, it makes sense why we want those double-sided. I have these, which are double-sided. They don't help with the bottom one as much. But if we need anything connected on the top, which we don't, do we? They're not going to connect anything on the top. Of course they're not. I think this is the perfect space for one of Lego's favorite elements. And dare I say it, we could get another one of these 4s on the top. Let's see if we've got any more 1x4s in here. There's one. Go on. I've misplaced another 4 in here. I know it. There's another. You're not even meant to be in there. What are you doing? Get out. So The clips are easy. We'll get the clips, same as Lego. Instead of the middle being a rounded 1x2, which I feel like is an extra piece, isn't it? It feels like an extra piece. It looks like an extra piece. It smells like an extra piece. It probably is an extra piece. We're going to get the 2x2 with the 2 studs, which is a fellow extra piece because Lego always use it in place of a 2x2 plate. One of these. 2x2 with the 2 studs, and that's going to be able to bridge the gap with our random coloured 1x4. I'm going to go for the first one I see more. Wow. What do you know? Light bluish grey. Just like Star Wars. And then some cheese slopes as well. Which, let's see what the most popular colour is of one. Oh, there you go. 1x1 cheese slopes. Okay, this one's a tricky one. I actually think it's transparent red, just from the top view. But you know what I've got a lot of on the inside? Actually, I might have more black. But if I was to start digging, there we go. I've started to uncover all the light and dark bluish grey. I think I've got more light and dark bluish grey than most pieces. If we were building a set and we just went with my most popular colour, it would be great. It would be light bluish, dark bluish grey, maybe a little bit of black for some of like the brackets. Actually, maybe blue for some of the brackets, because that 501st battle pack that I got a load of, that had a load of brackets in it. So it'd probably be a little bit blue. And then, yeah, mostly grey than that elsewhere. All right, and this goes straight in. You know what? It goes straight in now. Before we get to, oh, 2x4. I thought these were on the side. That was below. And now we're back out in the middle. I do have to wonder if that couldn't have been a clip, or if that would have created such a big gap that it wouldn't have worked for the rest of the set. But I feel like it should have. It should work, shouldn't it? And an axle on the top as well. They're probably going to end up including an axle to secure it in place. And here we go. I'm going to bring this up a little bigger. Snow troopers are suited up and ready to deploy for ground battle. Now, I've been building a load of micro figures, and I must say our Padme and clone troopers have been taking all of my white studs in this size. But I love it when a set includes these one little characters, although I genuinely do not have many white studs. So can we swap these out for 1x1 bricks? Does that work? These are bigger sets anyway. I'm going to have to pour this out just to get some studs. Crazy. Crazy. I just poured it on top of the other white stud. What did I do? At least I know I've got some though. 2. What's the layout as well? How does this go in? So we've got a gap front left. We should add a little Mando into this and maybe a Grogu. There's our 3 snow troopers that are suited up and ready to deploy for ground battle. Although we've got quite a few snow troopers back here that are suited up and ready to deploy for ground battle. They're a little bit bigger, should be more effective. And securing it in. Wait a second. Why don't we awkward it and get some of those blue clips pinned inside? Make it impossible to get back into this thing. Appreciate the red though. I appreciate the little bit of color in what could have been a very black Technic feature. And we also get a little red warning light to let the troopers know that the battle is ready. Welcome back. We are building the AT-AT diorama. Yes, the Mini AT. The Mini AT-AT. And we're pairing it up with the brick-built characters. So here's one of the snow speeders from the board game. It looks so close to the one in this diorama. And I think the other pieces are going to look just as good as well. Why this window? Why this window for the AT-AT? Is this for the slope coming down? Is this necessary? Or is this, again, a little... I like it when Lego are extra. They're like, oh, instead of doing this brick, we will we will work so much into this that We're overcomplicating it, and they know it. Oh, they know it. They know they are overcomplicating it every single time, but they do it anyway because it's fun, and that's half of Lego being dramatic. It's like football. Anyone else watching the World Cup? All the players jumping around when we go to the replay and see that they haven't actually been touched or tripped over a ball. That's my favorite. When a player trips over the ball and starts rolling around like they've been tackled. Hilarious. Lego does have to be extra sometimes, but I assume that is a little gap for the roof to slant down in. I assume we'll find that out in just a second, right? Because this looks like the top of the head. Doesn't look like a side. Oh, more 1x4s. All right, I'm getting the other tray. I'm getting the other tub. Gotta remember when that star disappeared. Gotta remember when we're zoomed in to make sure you get that satisfying shot. They're the 4s. Yes, just the one. All right, for now, just the one. We're gonna need more of those though. Just built this set 2 weeks ago. Awesome. I wanted to build this because I just saw my father-in-law build this set as well. And it looks so good. So good on display. There's a few sets actually that he's put together that we've looked at. And there's a few decisions Lego have made with certain, the orientation of the studs. This set does it so well. Wait, there's a 1x1 tub. What? What is this for? Oh look, 1x1 floating on top. I'm sure we're not going to need another one of these. Cut ahead to like 5 minutes when we do in fact need another one of these. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. There we go. And then 2s. Oh, it's got one of those new clips as well, which we found out. Didn't we find out that those clips weren't, oh, for this they are important, but then we find out that the clips weren't as important as we thought. I'm pretty sure for most sets they can just be swapped out for the regular clip and bar. This would be hard to do. Possible, but very hard to do. So we'll use the actual grey clip itself. They've got a black one. Is that a new color? Because my ones are grey. And if we do this again, if this is on the back, maybe I can try and, maybe, what do you mean maybe? I will. If this is on the back, I will try and part this out. See if I can remember how we did it. I think it was a mix of brackets. Because this also holds it up. So that's why it's used here. This and the ingot in green. Wait, we've already used this bracket in, let me pull this up full screen. We've already used this bracket in grey. On the back of the 80. Yeah, we've already used this on the back and the front in grey because it's shown. And Lego have added a, oh, I can't not green it. Come on. I've got to green this. Otherwise, my name's not Mouldie. Any other fancy colours we can add on top? Or do we just have the grey ingot? Just got the grey ingot. There's our green bracket. And that ingot is going to hold it up to a degree. But it doesn't go on the back. Wait, does this go on the side? No, it does go on the back. Oh. That doesn't fit. Oh, because we've used this 2x2. That needs to be a tile. We need a 2x2 tile in grey. Any in here? Can we get lucky? Or no, that's in the bigger one. We got a corner though. We do have a corner tile. And then that can go on, right? No, it doesn't fit at all. How can we go about that then? If they want to secure it across, what if? No. Well, technically speaking, we don't need the full 2x2 bracket. We could just use a 1x2, couldn't we? How long have I been doing YouTube? And do I have any advice? I've been doing YouTube now for a few years. And my best advice would be do what you enjoy. do what you enjoy. There's no rhyme, reason, or trick to it. As long as you're having fun, people will gravitate to that sort of content. As long as you're having fun and you're enjoying what it is you're doing, you'll find a community, and you find a lot of people that have interests that overlap. I suppose it's less advice and more of what I've found out. So hopefully this helps. But what I've noticed recently is I tended to stick to a lot of Lego Star Wars because that's the content I started making. That's a lot of what I was building was Star Wars sets, but I also liked a lot of like the Marvel, the DC, the icons. And I've realized there is a massive overlap when it comes to Lego between people that like one specific theme, people that like one specific IP maybe, and with everyone else that likes everything else. There's so much overlap. Like Project Hail Mary, for instance. There's probably a big overlap with that in Star Wars. What's that 1x1 stud? What's that 1x1 stud for? Oh, okay. Well, we could include like a 1x1 plate maybe. Enjoying what you're doing. Awesome. Great to hear. Oh, forgot about the ingot. Oh, no. We can't forget about the ingot. Yes. Okay, there we go. Maybe a bit of advice would be not to sell yourself on the internet. Early on, there's always a lot of channels that end up doing brand deals that they haven't like looked into or haven't researched. And as long as you've done your research, then cool, go for it. But don't sell yourself doing something you don't want to do, because that's what everyone's going to remember. And I haven't fallen into that. That's not me speaking from experience. But I've been on the platform enough to see people that have done deals that perhaps, I don't know what they're thinking, perhaps they wouldn't have liked, or perhaps they didn't like as much. You can tell when someone doesn't enjoy it. And I've noticed that in, what was it I did? I did something like a year or two ago. And there was something that we were doing and it was taking a bit longer than I wanted. And I just stopped enjoying it at some point. So I stopped making videos on it, and that was all good. But people notice when you're not enjoying it. So have fun, enjoy yourself, and good luck. I'm sure you'll end up doing what you want to do. Got to be really lucky to end up doing it as some sort of job or earning enough to live off. But as long as you keep at it, I can't see why you can't get there in the end. So there's my advice. Oh. And if it's Lego related, keep building. Keep building. That's my best advice. Keep building. Sometimes you'll get to a point where you think, like, should I build this? Should I do that? Build something. That's the best thing you can do. If you've got brain fog, so a lot of the times for videos, I'd get to a point and I'd want to do something. And I wouldn't really know what it is I want to do. I just want to build something. So what I tend to do is when I'm out and about, or when I've seen a movie, for instance, when I see a movie, recently watched Minions at the cinema. I think that was the last one we watched. And I come out of Minions and was like, oh, it'd be really cool if there was a set on this. Anytime you want a set from Lego, jot it down. Because you can end up building it, even if you have to wait a few years to get the parts needed. It's worth it in the end. Why have we got this middle bit with the black? Is that important? The 2x2 rounded black element. I think I have the rounds out. I put them away now. Do I have a black one? Nope. 3, 3, 3, 2. All right. And then 4's corner. This seems so much more awkward than it should be for the top of the AT-AT. Why not just a 4x6 tile? Did Lego make those yet? You love Lego Star Wars. I will say, it's a good year to be a Lego Star Wars fan. There's been some really good builds in the community. Some really good mocks. And Also, I think the community, it's got to a point where it's cleared up from lockdown. Not to say if you've stopped making videos that you fall into this category, but a lot of people that got into it over lockdown and started doing Lego were doing it to try and make some money and I think people were looking for things to do while they were at home. It was a very boring time for many. And a lot of those creators have fallen off and stopped trying to make some money off of it. Ooh, where's that 1x3? Which has shone through so many more amazing artists in terms of Lego. And I would call them artists because it is an art. Especially when you're trying to make it symmetrical. I am ignoring Lego's instructions here because they have... That top just isn't the prettiest design of an AT-AT. I could even have included the 1x6 up the side, but I'm looking for a 2x3. And I think that is better than Lego's design because it's somewhat symmetrical with a 1x3. Stuck at subs, and now you've shut up. Oh, nice. New for 1.5 months. Awesome. The AT-AT is weird. Yeah. Some of the, like this little bit as well. I remember playing Battlefront 2 that there is a lip at the front. There is a little dip that jumps off, and it's nice to see that there. But then the little black bit, I don't remember. I think this is just a wall that jumps up. And the same on the top. Is this for an X-Wing? For a snow speeder? I don't remember seeing this on the model when I was looking at it. I do not remember seeing this. But now we're putting this to the side and getting work on the side of the AT. Andy, putting it aside, working on the side. How many 4x6s do we need? Is this the big chunk, right? Yeah, this is the big chunk. So we're only going to need 2 of them, 1 on each side. And I'm going to 50-50 this. We'll check our work after, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a do this one side, do this the other side, and hopefully we have enough door rails. Where have I used these? This is Ansel and Starship as well. We're going to need to break those down so that I've got enough pieces to keep building. We've got a breakdown stream tomorrow with all the new Lego sets, and the good news coming our way. We could always use jumpers as well. I forget about jumpers when it comes to door rails. Hard to use in this circumstance, but easier when it's on a smaller side. We can even put them underneath, which would be easier. That would probably save on a few pieces as well. I think we've got a load of these 1x6s. Perfect. Side comment, 11381 Jaguar E-Type. That's the green one. Right, that's the green E-Type. I think that's the green one. Love it. I'm not a big car fan, but it's clean. It's a brick-built car as well. I thought it was Technic until I got it ready for tomorrow's stream. It's a clean model, and it looks classy. It looks like a classic car, but it's been updated. Am I building it with the parts I have? Yes. So these are all parts from my collection. I think the set is 60 quid, reduced to 40 on Lego for Insiders Days, which ended yesterday. It ended yesterday. I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I am building with the parts I have. And I'm also, so that 4x4 plate. Let's remember we're building it symmetrical. I'm gonna part that out. I'm not gonna part that out. I'm gonna part it out because I do have those 4x4s. But these are the sort of elements Lego could break down and give us some smaller pieces, which are easier to store than any of the larger ones. Where do the teeth go? Where do I even keep the teeth? That's the question. Where are the teeth, and can I replace the teeth with anything else if I don't want to find the teeth? Let's add some... I want to see what this looks like now. Door rails. Let's add some door rails. If you don't have the teeth, or like me, don't know where you store them. So I don't have a lot of teeth. I have like a handful of them, and half of them are black. Do the grills work? Not really on this side. But what about this way round? Okay. You know what? That's not bad. That looks pretty good. And with the 4x4, oh, ingot. With a 4x4 on the side, that would look clean. With these, maybe there's a few too many different pieces. And is this going to be a problem? What if I did that? What if I did that? That looks clean. And then we'd be able to connect them to the side. Yeah, that would work. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I might run it with that. We're modifying the side just a little bit to get some wider teeth, which are definitely too thick for how small this 8080 is. Considering the don't they use that 1x4 teeth element on the bigger playsets as well? Haven't built the UCS one, so I don't know what they use on that one. Thank you, thank you. Your former father-in-law had a 66 in real life, same color as well. That's awesome. Picking up a car that you would have had for them. 3. It is cool that Lego are doing so much with classic cars. Like, they haven't dropped it for IPs. They're still working with all the different licenses. And also, the people making cars out of Lego, the people making the Lego cars, are they their own team? Because they don't seem to be slowing down. If anything, they're picking up. We're seeing more brick-built cars. Technic cars aren't too... Technic cars are difficult to put together, but they're not more difficult than the Lego cars, because the brick-built cars are more part-intensive. They take more pieces, longer to design and build, and they probably have some companies checking off on how good the builds are as well. They can't get away with slacking on a few of them, like they're accused of with Star Wars. By myself, I have accused Lego of slacking with Star Wars sets. All right. Sticking to the grey, and I'm going to grab some grey inverted slopes as well. We'll come back for the other parts we need. I'm going to keep these out because we'll probably need those on the 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. And then the clips. Is there a way that we can get the Lego clips connected without using the shields? I think I know where the shields are. I think I know where I keep my shields. You only have like 2,000 Lego parts, and half of them are 2x4s. 2x4s I'm going to need to stack up on. I want to build some massive structures, and 2x4s are really good for that. I've probably got like 200 2x4s, if that. I don't think I have too many. Mainly from the creator boxes. I quite like those. Can't build cool stuff, but you do have a big clone base. Bases, they're really good. 2x4s are amazing for putting together walls really quickly. They should build a Lando. We need a Lando. Yes, we need a Lando. A big Lando, why not? Let's go massive. Let's not make Lando too expensive, but I would like another Lando. We need more Lando themed sets as well. Have we ever had a Cloud City, just a regular playset? We got the old playset, maybe that counts. But have we ever had what would you want from Cloud? Because we've had the carbon freezing chamber, but that's not really Cloud City. That's like the underside of Cloud City. What I want is more like a dining table. City base set. That'd be hilarious to get the Star Wars figures in. In you go. Perfect. Thank you very much. And, oh, rounded plates. We got those out as well. Is this still symmetrical? We're not building the roof now, are we? This is just awkward. This is just awkward. Why are we using so many pieces? 3x3s? Okay. Then 4x3s? Okay, should have some of those in grey. We'll probably need them front and back, won't we? Let's grab that. hub. Hide that back there. And that's next door, but there's a 1x1 gap. And then we're sticking them out this way. 1x4s that stick one out. That's for the wedges, right? But we don't have, oh, we do have a 2x4 and then a 1x2 on the other round piece. And then the clips can go there, or the bars, wouldn't they? I think the bars are actually going to hang over. I think the bars are going to go on these pieces. Come on, have I built enough 80-80? Oh, wait, no, I thought they were going to stick out that way. They're sticking out this way. And then another rounded off piece. What? How many rounded off plates does it want us to use? If we need more rounded off plates on the other side, I'm switching to 1x2s because I can't afford all these rounded off plates. What's it think I'm made of? Round 1x2 plates? Because I'm not Lego. I'm not actually made of any Lego bricks. 1, 2, also a round button maybe? Something to secure it on. Oh wait, it was a 2x3. I was wrong about the 1x4. Because they add a slope. Cheeky. Yeah, that's the easiest way of doing it. And what bracket is that? That's a under bracket. Nope, that's an over bracket. I think I've used my last. Oh, one more. I have 2 more. Wait, these are my last over brackets. So no more. That's the end of the line. Yeah, I like building with the parts that I have because that's what Lego's about. Lego's about using your elements to build new things. So when it comes to a new set releasing, I love to visit it with the parts I've got and see how well we can put it together, because that is a perfect connection. With the 2x3 slopes, that connection is going to line up and they're the same side. I need one of the other. Line up perfectly with that slope. How's that? Fragile, but how is that for a good connection? Lines up perfectly. This then connects to, they want us to connect it to this side. Oh, I thought that was going to fall off. Okay. So this would go to the other side. And then same on, similar. Actually, this is easy. This is more like it. This is what I was expecting from the other side. Hello there, semi-brick fan. Yes, why wait for Lego to build a Lando when you can get one built yourself? That is the spirit. That is the spirit. Let's see if I have those 4x4s, because this is going to be a lot easier to use them after all that. Let's use the 4x4s. I have a few of them laying around. But you could still, for this. So how would you part this out? We've got some buttons. I would probably swap one of those buttons for a 2x2. Or corners at least. That 2x2, swap for corners. Yeah, swap for 2 corners and a 2x4. Because we have the rounded, let me bring this up. So that 2x2 in the middle, swap for 4 corners and have like a spider-like shape so that you're going around, you're leaving a gap here for the bars, you're going around it and then have a 2x4 the other side. And then you can swap this out, maybe even put the 2x4 up one. Oh, wait, no, 2x4 across the top and then a 3x3 in the back corner. And then you can include like 2x4 tiles, you can mix it up. 1x4, 2x4, 1x4, have some 2x2s as well. And basically do what we did on the other side. It works, it's one thinner, and it works. As long as it works, it's good. At the end of the day, as long as you're building an 80-80, it's good. Doesn't have to be exactly how the instructions are. Though I am trying to keep it as close as. We've got these, all right, symmetrical. So let's build one side to the left, one side to the right. I hope we don't forget about it in between. I've got more transparent than I have light bluish grey. I've actually got more tan than I do transparent as well. Tan might stick out. We're not sure where we're at with that yet. Studs backwards, yeah? No. Studs inwards. And the studs, wait a second, the studs are where, no. Are the studs where the clips are? Yeah, the studs are where the hinges are. So it's that way around. More clips. And they are where the clips are. The clips are where the hinges are, and the hinges are where the clips are. That's not too good because in the instructions we have, it's this one, isn't it? We have this one, and it says to flip over and around. Wait, that doesn't work. It's got 2 arrows. So we'll get the 1x4 and then flip over. You can work it out, you can deduce it because of the step. So let's build this as Lego intend. What do I need? 2 more clips? We'll get those ready. I think I'm getting a bit ahead here. If we have the 2x4 in light bluish grey, we should be able to deduce exactly the way it wants us to build. It's because we don't have that bit ready yet that I'm getting a bit confused on which way we should be spinning. Ooh, I get you stuck. Come on, come on. So with these on, yeah, you can see it is pretty easy to know that that's the way it's meant to be. But if you struggle with orientation and with knowing which way things should be around, then that is not easy. Very difficult. And they've got a 1x3 rounded plate. We could use a 1x3 rounded. We could also just use a 1x3 plate because that's much more common. I've got a whole tub of them. I do not have a tub. Wait, that's a 1x4. Get back in the real tub. I do not have a tub of 1x3 rounded off plates. So I'm going to square that off and see if that makes a difference. And then these are ready to... No, they're not. We need clips. We need clips, and I said that I'd replace the clips for... Yes, I said I'd replace the clips for the shields, which we need to line up perfectly. I think it's going to be easier said than done because of the space above the clips. I think it's just 2 plates and a bar. I think it's 2 1x4s, 2 bar elements, and that's that. Let's do one side first, so we're not repeating it and having to break it down. Repeating that as well. What do we have? White bars, yeah. That sounds good. Where did I put the back? Hopefully that was it. So 2 1x4s, then 2 of these bars, slot in like so. That's upside down. That is the wrong way. I wanted them there. You'd be able to secure them in place. But what I'm intrigued about is if they secure themselves in place and it's this way around. Will they go in? Or will they bump into something? Or will they go in, but they don't fold up because, yes, because they are plates thick. And what we need isn't plates, but rather brackets. Brackets thick? Brackets thin, maybe. We could put these on the underside though, couldn't we? You'd have to swap this middle section out, and then that would be down 1. So we'll move them down 1. You could get some sort of slope connecting them up. And then, is this enough? Is this enough to secure them in because of the studs? Oh, hold on. They've studded themselves down. No. How? Oh, because of the studs on the bottom. Oh, that could be a problem. Those studs could be an issue. Maybe we need an ingot. An ingot might be too much. Let's use that in white as well. 1 ingot on either side. Keeps them quite a bit up. That's too much. So we just need them not to stud themselves down. Maybe the pressure was wrong. Maybe I need to not press into them. Also a jumper would hold them up. If we had a 2x2 jumper in the middle, or could work a jumper at the bottom, or some sort of like bracket, a bracket would be perfect. A bracket would not fit though. A bracket would be too perfect. It wouldn't fit in there with a bracket. So let's put these back and see. It is this far out, isn't it? It looks to be this far out. Maybe we're pushing it a bit too far. Let's see if we can. There we, no, why did you, no, no, don't do that. No, we were having such a good time. No. Oh, this piece, I am not obsessed with this set. I can tell you that. This element is not going down the way we want it to. So this might be a bust. I have watched Obsession a while back, and great movie. Really good. The way the acting's done on that, absolutely incredible. Wait, I think I've just realized what we need. We need a... Oh, I know what it is. Let's have a look. Yes, plenty of them in grey. It's this piece right here. So if this slots in, I don't know how much we'll have to break this apart now. That's the only thing with these modifications, is the fact that like that's going to be so awkward to break apart, isn't it? Can I slot this through? Yes. Wait, this works. It's not too awkward. It's okay. We've got this. All right. You come out. Come on now. Don't be scared. No. Because of the studs, because of Obi-Wan. All Obi-Wan's fault. We can blame Obi-Wan. So these two brackets in here will be, instead of like this whole mechanism that we put in. And then, come on, yes. We could also use a lot less snot bricks and stuff. It'd be easier to pull the sides off, I hope, rather than worrying about pulling any of them apart. And then, which way do you go round? You went round the other side. Oh wait, so you're not meant to be clipped on, are you? But that element, that panel that we just put on, should stop the studs from going down, at least down all the way. We just need to put all of this back. That's not going to go through, so let's remove our snow troopers. There we go. We're onto something now. The axles go back in, the snow troopers back down, and the sides should go on like nothing happened, because if I have to remove this element, that's going to be fun. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's go you. No, how are you studded down? There is not actually enough room for you to stud down. How did you, how do you even do that? That shouldn't be possible. That should be impossible. Maybe we can, oh, is this going to be too close though? Too close. Too close, so that's not going to work. I think we need to get our shields. I think we need to get the shields out. We do have to remove these, or we could keep them in there, because I mean they're pretty secure down, right? Can we get these studs over the top? Yes we can, but they don't stick out all the way, so I'm not going to do that, because that also doesn't feel right. Let's see if we can find some shields and worry about where these elements are going to go. We don't need the 1x4s. We just need to get some shields. If we had some clips sticking out further. Oh, wait, we've got... Oh. Oh. We could flip the clips upside down now. All right, one last thing before we return to the rest of the vehicle. What if upside down? This needs to be... Wait, this needs to be there, does it? No, that's too tall. Surely that's too tall. If we were to try and clip it in. No, that isn't too tall. That's exactly where it needs to be, I think. No, it's too short. It is too short. Oh, because we had this upside down. Yeah, I get it. And then the bars. Wait, that actually works. That actually works. Huh. That worked so well. Just seen your comment, Moon. Still need the Cobra. I almost picked up, and I think I said about this. I don't think I made a video on it, but I've definitely said about it on stream, about almost picking up the Vespa on a damaged box discount, which I didn't even realize the Vespa was still on shelves. I think it retired last year, at least in my local stores, but it was a damaged box discount. I almost picked it up, but I'm you know, I'm not a car person or a Vespa person, and it would have been decent parts pack, inexpensive parts pack. It wasn't on an amazing sale, but I didn't pick it up, and a part of me kind of regrets it, because that could have been my in, like, especially with Bionicle and all the other themes that I've been getting into recently, that could have been my into cars. If the Vespa was a 10 out of 10 build, which it may be, I'm unsure. I haven't really seen it. Yeah, this tape is not holding on. This tape has come off. This tape has lost all... I must be sweating. I don't think I am sweating too much, but this tape has lost all of its stickiness. So that is now going to be... You can't recycle tape, can you? That's going in the bin after this. But we found a way to get the sides on, and we built the sides. Yep. Same both sides. Love it. Now let's get the rest of the bottoms on. And what's next? Legs? Head? Could be either. If we don't have enough time to build it today, don't worry. We will be continuing it at the start of tomorrow's stream. But I think we'll be able to finish it tonight. Ah, my pillow! No! Not R2-D2. Look at R2-D2. Just so squished. Oh. My hand's not looking too bad, actually. It's gonna scar up for sure. 1, 2, 3, and the opposite side. And then more of these 2x2s. Oh, you're asking a lot of me, Lego. Wait, I don't even have the 2x2 drawer. That's not even in there. And the stripes, they've got the stripes. Again, I don't have the stripes in the drawer. They're out. Here are the stripes. I love the stripy things. We need more grills in Lego Star Wars sets. And I'm aware there are already a lot of grills in Lego Star Wars sets. But that's exactly why we need more. We need more. A ton more of the Lego Star Wars sets. Because you can never have enough. Not of grills. Do I have the elements that are... Oh, are these the other sides? Yeah. These are the left sides. And I needed... Did I not have enough right sides? Or was it left sides that I needed? Oh. Whichever one it was that I needed, it turns out that I have the pair of them. And you are not meant to be in there. Get out of here. You're meant to be in the 2x4s. So these need to be towards the back. where this is, towards the back where the connection point is made, and they clip straight on, pointing towards the longer side. So this is the other side. This one is going to be this side, which is the right side. This is the right side because the neck joint is on the right. Oh, didn't mean to break that off. This is the right side because the neck joint's this side, and that makes this the left side by comparison. So the back of it is longer. Is this going to be a pain? Keep falling off. I feel like this clip's a little weaker than all of the other ones, so we might need to swap that out. It's an easier swap to make. Done that. We've got the neck and the head. All right. Let's bin this now. Get that out of the way. And where did you go? All right. Be careful with that. Let's have a look. The wheel, the wheel, the wheel, the wheel, the wheel. Do I have a Technic pin wheel? Yes. I see one. I see two. Anyone without an actual wheel? No, just the axle. Oh, there's a white one. There's a white one without a wheel. That's no good. It'd be really good if there was a grey one. But there's the grey one that we need. And now it's onto the head. Hey, 2s and 2s. Just like we stacked up earlier. 2s. Let's get that wheel on. Which way did that go around? That way. Just like so. And then some clips. Some brackets, some 2x4s. I'm going to go with a grey 2x4 because might be the... No, we've used grey 2x4s before. We've already had grey 2x4s in this set. So why are they not greying it up? Why have they gone with black and added another colour? If it was the first time, that's fair. Maybe they built it head first. Try and get the scale of the AT-AT. Is the head the smallest part? I think the head's the smallest part. So that would make sense. Let's, there we go. There's, nope. Did that wrong. No, the 2x4's meant to go on top. No, what have I done? Okay, there we go. And then that where's that axle brick? Did we use that? We might have used it already. Is that going to be the neck bracket? Because if so, that is actually perfect. We've got the axle in here. And our head, wait, genius, our head can swivel. We have literally made a Star Wars puppy. That is how good this is. How good this set is. We're not using round 1x2 plates, bricks, any of that. We're going to use just regular 1x2 plates and get a nice... They've used dark grey slope. Nah, light bluish grey. I like how most of the time I'm trying to make the light bluish grey colourful when LEGO actually give it that way. This time round, I'm doing the opposite. I'm trying to make it lighter. Let's add some brown in there. I've been getting rid of all the colour. Ooh. Yes, Lord Vader, I've reached the main power generator. The shield will be down in moments. You may start your landing. That's General Veers and a pilot next to him in sand blue with a white helmet. A LEGO accepting the fact that the pilot is meant, I don't know why I'm looking behind, it's on the desk, is meant to have a white helmet, not a grey helmet. Looks to me like LEGO admitted defeat. It'd be really weird if LEGO were to come out with another Empire Strikes Back helmet, another Empire Strikes Back pilot even, and have a grey helmet instead of white. And it's not, before anyone says, it's not because the set's grey and it might get lost in translation, because Veers' trousers are grey. I don't have a sand blue, or I don't have a lot of sand blue studs, so I'm going to use this bright blue so that we can see the Easter egg on the inside. You can't miss it when it's this bright. You literally cannot miss it. It's in there, it's shown for the world to see, and is that necessary? Okay, it actually is because they've used a 2x2. So they've also used 2x2s in this set. Why not add this earlier on when we saw it. That would have been the perfect opportunity to slide it in there before we saw this. Also, round 1x2s. Have we actually needed any of the round 1x2s? Or could they have all been 1x2s? I saw, oh, who was it? Was it Cheesy? I saw Cheesy did a video. Why did I? Well, it's probably a parts order. I love watching those videos. And he was saying about 1x4 blue plates completely run out of. And it's because Lego don't include them. They'd include like 2 blue round 1x2 plates instead. We need to see some more of the common elements, Lego. It's cool to get all of these fun pieces, but at the same time, it's not as cool because we're missing some of the key elements. Even 2x4s, they're rare nowadays. Outside of 2x4 packs, you don't really get many 2x4s, or like the pad wall as well gets a load of 2x4s, but not as many as you used to see. There's so many new elements coming out, and I think it is to try and make sets exclusive. As you're seeing today, they're not exclusive. They can be parted out with any number of other pieces. Let's, before we forget, get that turret in place as well, because that's vital for an AT-AT. Otherwise, Viz cannot be getting those shields down for Vader's landing, which they kind of do successfully, I suppose. They get the shields down. It's the whole rest of it that's the unsuccessful part. The shields are the only successful part, dare I say. When it comes to Hoth, maybe they whittle down the rebellion a little bit, but even they wouldn't call that a success. Not in the way it's done. I only have one of these clips. No, it cannot be. Maybe we can go with some shiny silver then. Or like a duller shiny silver. This one's a bit too shiny. Any other dull silvers? Perfect. Yes. Beautiful. And then these go pointing down. Oh, I like that. I wish we had a little clip in the middle so that we could cover up that gap, but I'm sure the sides are gonna make it seem tiny. Hold on a second. Take a look at number 2, that tiny number 2. That is exactly what I just said about covering it up so that we got the spacing that we need as well. I should read the rest of the instruction before trying to build it, trying to get ahead. Oh wait, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. They want us to spin it the whole way around? My lord, is that legal? Oh, yes, it would have been if I put it on before putting it inside the mouth. It needs to pop off, to go on, to go on. There we go. And then that'll keep them spaced even further apart. But that does fill up the mouth a little bit. Less of a gap in there. And then what we can do is put this ready on the head, because I can show you the twisty feature that ours has that Lego's doesn't. So we can have it looking like a sad puppy. We can have it sad puppy eyes. And hey, this is like the top as well. All right, we've got these parts. 2x3, yeah? Say no more, Lego. 2x3, 2 2x4s, and an Inga, and the 2x2 that we already had sticking out. 2x4s. One of you wanna? Nope. All the same side again. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come on. There you are. It'll be so long to find those. It's like the hardest piece to be finding. And an ingot right on the nose. And then, you're pointing upwards. I wondered how you'd fit with the studs. Just like so. So Viz is one side, the pilot is the other, and if you do use the older piece, there is that little bit sticking out. I suppose because the red eye kind of sticks out. That does seem like an odd sticking out though, if I had to say so. And we can keep the head up whichever way we want. All right, instead of using that Technic, oh wait, would that fit with the underside? No, I have to use the Technic piece. There's no instead of using that Technic piece. Has to be Technic. Gotta be Technic. Do I have two Technics in here? This is also the... what side is this? The left? No, the right? What side is this? The left side. That's what I was going to say. It's the left. It's the left side. This is just for the connection as well. This is a crazy connection piece. The left side of the 8080 head. Is this covered? This is covered, right? So I could use dark bluish grey and get away with it. Because this, again, this isn't the tub of these underside pieces. I've just got a few loose elements in here. Let me see if I can sort this out while I'm in it. There's a few smaller pieces as well. There's another dark bluish grey. Oh, we've got some no, this is going to take too long. I'll sort this out another time, maybe tomorrow. You didn't see half of that. But there are a few elements that shouldn't be in here. I should probably mix them. I should probably get a bigger tub, mix the top and bottom, because they're usually used together. And when we're working with mocks, it'll be much easier to have them both in the same drawer, in the same display. Eeny, meeny, miny, you need to have friction ridges. Mo. So friction ridges is the grey ones, by the looks. Oh look, dark bluish grey in dark bluish grey, and then we could even get a dark bluish grey 2-length bar on the inside of that. Let's see what colours we got. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, we got a lot of not dark bluish grey. There's one. There's two. There's a few. We only need two. And then, oh, perfect. This is only just to connect the thing, isn't it? Then we have half these elements out. I should get more slopes. How many more slopes will we need? Because after this, it's the legs. And I don't think the legs need slopes. So I'm not gonna slope off the legs. Where did the slopes go? Perfect. 1, 2. And that's on the top with a stud. Let's get a black stud. Get a bit of non-grey in there. Again, it's going to be covered up, so we don't need to worry. Oh, is it going to be covered up? Yeah, it is going to be covered up. We don't need to be worrying about that. That's the left side, and that's the right side. We've got a bit more space up there. Oh wait, there's an extra piece down there. I forgot about the jumpers. Perfect. 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 And then 2x4s. I'm grabbing the drawer because this is going to take a while. There's one. Imagine this was the other side. No, it's not. Wait, you are. Yes, yes, yes. Just had to take it out. That's all it wanted. It wanted to be free, and it would have shown me where the piece was. And what do we have? 1x4 plates underneath. What? No, 6. 6s all around. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4s. And there's one. Okay, pretty standard. And then what do we got? We got another 1x2. All right, we do have more of them, but we are running dangerously low. So if we need them for the feet, I don't think we will have enough. Let's hope we don't need them for the feet. Keep pushing through with these ones. And then if we do need them for the feet, we'll be able to swap them around, get some different elements. Even right now, we'd be able to swap them around a bit. We've also got some of these funny one studs. Is that for a reason? Is that for a reason? Could that not be a jumper? If we need that stud, because that's probably for the sticky out bits, which, yeah, they do stick a little bit lower. But let's see what that looks like. We did use them on the back as well, so need be. We can nab a few from there. We've got the cut corners. Let's not cut corners with these. These tiles. There, they sort of line out the cheek. A lot of panels. I do think Lego do add the detail on AT-ATs. Every AT-AT has this level of detail on the cheek. Even if it's, yeah, we'll keep them upside down. Even if, like every AT-AT has this level of detail on the cheek with a little dropped ingot section as well. They all do. We use light bluish grey on these cheeks. We used clear earlier, but I think these ones are going to be visible with the ingots underneath. Where did you go? Yes, we've got some more. Wait a second, they are all the same side. Oh no, we celebrated too early. Oops. No, we could add some tiles, or we could change up the slope. How's this going to fit on the side? Wait, that's going to go back one, isn't it? So if that's connected there, like that, could we not use, I can see why they want the shape that they do want, and we could nab one of these ones from here, because this is such a sharp angle down here. This is a shallow angle. So I'm going to swap that 2x2 for the shallower 2x2. Even though it is a slightly different angle, it would look about the same. Maybe that is because the AT-AT actually looks like that. But there we go. That looks about the same now in terms of the angle. I might even switch out the way we've done the other side. So there's a, if you're needing one of these for your other mocks, there's an easy switch out to keep the back bit looking further back. I think it also centers it because we've got 5 on the front, 5 on the back. I wonder why they shaped it off the way they did and didn't go for the symmetrical build. They'd had to have made it one stud wider, wouldn't they? And they might not want that. And then grey ingot with the mold marking facing forward. All right, remember that then. Mold marking forward, flip the head and do it again. Where is the other side? There. Mold marking facing forwards. Go on. Here we are. My favorite scene with the AT-ATs is in Rebels when the clones are in the AT-TE and the AT-ATs are marching towards. Okay, yep, that side of the head does look better like this than it would with the others. I can tell that straight away. The other 2x2s would not work at all because they'd come out too far over the eyes and you can just about see the red eye sticking through. That paid off. That looks really nice. And we've got a grey antenna on one side and a grey antenna on the other, which we got on the AT-ST. Did we get any of the antennas on the AT-ATs? Yes, but we got a black middle bit, whereas this one is all grey. And I've got a few of these, so this must have been a popular, usually city car or like a stunts vehicle would have these as details, or maybe it's Greeblin, maybe it's like Falcon Greeblin. And that's where I've got them from. One jumper on the bottom. Is that just to enunciate the jaw? Make it look a bit more, you know, a bit more detail on the bottom. Cover up some of that dark bluish grey. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Simples. And how many of these do we need? 3, not 4? Because one of the legs is built different. Literally. Oh, but I don't have these bricks. Maybe I do. Let me look. I don't think I have these bricks in here. And I know I have them because we've built a few AT-ATs. I've got a few AT-ATs. I don't have these, so we might have to workshop how we're doing these feet Where are these bricks? If not, oh, might they be in with Technic? Really? Would I do that because they've got Technic pins in the side? Is that something that I would do? Probably. Yeah, it is something that I probably would do. But which Technic drawer are they in? This is also a great chance to, what I might do instead of doing this is build the legs from the gingerbread walker recolored. We could, in fact, build, wait, what are the sides like? We still need the foot. We still need the feet no matter what. I don't have the AT walker. Oh, no, they're not on that. Never mind. Cancel that. Do I still have the AT-80 built? Didn't I part it out? Have I just not parted out the pieces? That might be what it is. All right, we might have to come back tomorrow to build the feet. But you see how that bottom connection has a Technic pin? Oh, look at the detail on this, by the way. Crikey, that looks good. Those tiles, those elements, 139. They need to be, they're sat on a 2x2 as well. They're sat on a 2x2. They need to be jumpers with ingots on top. They needed to be. It's disappointing that they're not. They need to be. So, if they included, how would they be able to include the pin on the bottom? How could you connect a Technic pin? They've got friction ridges. You'd have to use friction ridges. But how would you get the stud on the end? How would you get a stud on the end of the feet to connect them to the rest of the leg? I don't think you could. I don't think you could get a stud as well as connecting them to a Technic pin. But, no, because they've connected them in backwards. That's the way they've done it. You would be able to connect this to the leg of a gingerbread walker, though. I have faith in that. And then they've connected them down. Would we want to connect them down, or would we want to include snot bricks in the base here? I mean, the legs themselves, they don't even have like knees in them or any of that. They've just gone straight out with the plates. You know what? We're building this set. Let's actually build the set. So we'll work on the feet in a second. Let's get the actual legs built, and maybe we'll stumble across where the feet are. Hopefully we'll find them. All right, 1, 2, 3. And on the back end, they've tiled them off. I think that looks pretty nice. I don't know if I've got the tiles to tile them off on the back end. If not, you can always use the plates, like these ones. Let's pull these out. We can get to them. Not all my grey ones, but most of them. So let's go easy on the grey. So 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and some on the other leg as well, which does have a little bend in it. 2x2s, we do have both of these. Let's 1, 2, yes, 3, 4. The thing is though, how big is that joint that came in the gingerbread AT-80? I've actually got one down here. How big? Sorry, R2, I've just kicked you off again, haven't I? Yes, I have. How big is that joint? Just too big. It's just too big. I'd also need to fold it up. Wait, I wouldn't need this. I wouldn't need this because I wouldn't need to fold it up. It's only got a 1-pin connection. I'd need the double, not the triple, like the double-edged one. Wait, why is that perfect? Why does that work so well? I mean, why haven't Lego used it if it's perfect and works so well? Maybe it isn't perfect and it doesn't work so well, but that means we should try it. Because if it is perfect and it does work so well, this is going to be an insane upgrade to an already pretty good looking set. So, Technic pins. And we want this to look exactly like the set already looks. We don't want to change it in too drastic a way. In fact, I'm even going to keep the grey bits on the inside. So we're connection pins straight in. We'll add some, what would you call it? We'll add some of these, actually. Not the red ones, the grey ones. These pins with the studs on them. Maybe the light bluish grey ones. We've got enough holes to put them. And these will hold the... They need to hold like a 5, don't they? Maybe a 2x4. And then we'll round off the corner. Because they can't have a 2x4 bashing into the rest of it. Yeah, this seems all right. Oh, we need jumpers, don't we? That's a good point. Jumpers and ingots. So much for complaining about Lego not using them. We almost forgot to use them ourselves. How many jumpers do I have left? Enough. Is there a way we can use a 2x3 instead of a 2x4? 2x3 reasoning being we can round off the top and bottom ends, maybe even just include studs or leave it blank completely so that we can get them to bump into each other without actually bumping into each other, especially with this tile here. We'd need another something down here. Although, no, that could be a 4, couldn't it? Because of the way it bends round. Could that be a 4? Or would that have to be a 2? Oh, I suppose with the way it goes, yeah, it'd have to be a 2. We're going to need a 4 on the top. Like that. Otherwise, we can't connect this. So, pins, pins, pins. Pins everywhere. What if we had a pin in the middle that was disconnected from everything? Would it rotate? Would it still rotate if that pin was disconnected from everything? Perfect. Perfect. Awkward, but perfect. The circle is a little bigger than I would like. I have to admit, a little bigger than I'd like. It's not great, but the legs of an 8080, almost 8080, get rid of the AI images. The legs of an 8080, how detailed are they? See, there is that ingot looking shape on the top that actually looks like it's printed on itself. On the bottom, we don't have it. On the bottom, there's a half arch, but there is literally the half arch, which I'm going to brick build that out. Could we get an arch in there? Could we be sneaky and get an arch? A little 2x2? Oh yeah. All right, that's that answered then. And then we'll include, oh, but I want to add some grills or some jumpers or something. I think grills might be too much, especially where the leg's concerned. Maybe this should just be tiles, but would a 2x2 flatten it too much as well? Do we have enough 2x2s? Hurrah. Yeah, 2x2, because we've got the ingot at the top, I think that gets away with it. On the bottom though, I don't think we include anything. I think we have the bottom of the leg look even skinnier. We'll see how it turns out and what tiles we have. First off, let's get this done to the other side, because we were building all sorts of legs before we worked this into the equation. So 5 grey pins going down the leg. And then the bottom we actually need the bottom completely clear. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to add the pins for the feet, which do stick out forward. So what I'll do is I'll swap this for, do we have any more door rails? Yes. Oh, beautiful. In dark bluish grey as well. Oh, wait, no, this doesn't work. We need a door rail on top. Oh, does that work? Kind of. There is a darker shade. All right, still works. We still can use the door rail. And then a 1x2, and that will have to be tiled off. Now that we've included some more plates, we have to Couldn't get a jumper up there either because of the door rail. Oh, it's so close. So close to perfection. But the Lego element doesn't exist. As per usual. Where's the other dark bluish guy? Oh, you're not all silvery. You are a lot of silver though. This is like... wait. Can we pay homage to the battle pack, the board game? Not the battle pack? And include like a random silver element on the AT? Because the Tauntaun has it. Basically, all the other builds have it. That one random silver piece. So let's sneak it on the AT, and it actually fits in with the color scheme of the build, of the original model. So it works in so many ways. And then there we go. There's the other side. We'll get some 2x2s on that. And we also need these dark grey pins. That's what's going to keep the foot held up and keep it holding up. But we don't even need to do the other leg that has the perma bend in, because this can, well, this will hold itself up. So that's going to be on the inside. This is on the outside. 5 pins all the way down. One 2x3. A few circle plates and tiles. Pop on the top. Pop just below. An arch just on top of that. Beautiful, by the way. Love how that arch looks. And then we've got this door rail that meets it halfway and flushes off the rest of the build. We don't want any gaps in the leg. We've already got that circle that's slightly bigger than we'd like it, so that we can get that range of motion in the leg. And 2x2, do I have another round jumper to hand? Or do I have to dig for it? 3, 2, oh, we could use a dark bluish grey. Oh, you're not dark bluish grey. You're not dark, wait, where's the dark bluish grey gone? There's a dark bluish grey. We could use a dark bluish grey on the other side. But now, I'll see if I can find a light bluish grey. Later. Come on, another dark bluish grey. I know you're in here. No, okay, never mind. We'll find those later. At least we've got the main leg covered. 2 more, 2x3. Another 2x2 circle in the middle. Alternatively to using these like 2x, what could we use? Could use a slope on an old toilet seat. Could use a 2x2 with the 2 half circle ends. Like 2x4, sorry. 2x2 would just be a rounded 2x2. That's not what we want. A 2x4 with the 2 half circle ends. A 2x4 plate. Honestly, you'd get that all the way up in the top. There's the other 2 legs, and then the feet are pending. The feet will be found. The feet need to be found, but already we've given ourselves motion in this AT-AT that we just didn't have before. So by tomorrow's stream, I will find the feet for the AT-AT. Hopefully we can finish off the feet, and we will be going over new sets and good news. So perhaps we'll finish the AT-AT. The base is so basic, I might even build that off stream. We'll see how much time I've got before tomorrow's stream. The base is I mean, this is what we've got left to build. Let's run through it. We've got the feet. Feet looking simple. Feet looking actually a little complicated for what they are, but they are looking pretty simple. Is there a way we can do the feet without those bricks? Probably not. We could put a dish on top though. I will say that. We could put a dish, oh no, that wouldn't work too well with this step down here. Wouldn't work terribly though. Maybe we can just skip out the tiles. We'll see. We'll see with the feet when I find those bricks, what other parts we can get together, because I really like the way the arms look in step 1, 3, 6. We've done the whole legs. Now all 4 of the legs are finished. There's a few details we need to get. They save the leg till last. Why do they save the leg till last? And then what I'm going to do off stream is put this together in white. And then instead of these Technic bricks, I'm going to include snot bricks. Same here. This will be snot bricks. Don't know about the grey stripe. Maybe that's to help orientate it, because the grey stripe's probably in the middle of the display. Probably. And what's that one slope? What's that one slope in the mid? Is that for the foot? That is so for the foot. It doesn't even hold itself up, does it? That foot is the exact same as before. This has a bend in it though now. Yeah, and it does hold the foot up. Maybe it's just for support. It does look pretty nice, but it would be so much nicer if you could pose it yourself. What I'm hoping with what we've built is I think we've extended it by half a stud. I think we have extended it by half a stud, haven't we? Based on how our leg has that door rail on the bottom. Oh, let's straighten that out. Our leg has a door rail on the bottom, and Lego's only has the 2x2, then the Technic. So I think we've extended ours a little further. That should make it just taller. It might mean the other leg doesn't sit well. This we've already built as well with the board game at the start, and we didn't get time to have a look through the board game. There'll be a little video on that, and maybe we can have a game stream. Maybe we have a game stream. We could even play around tomorrow if that's something you'd be interested in, and they have it clipped to the leg. We'll find some other ways of having it wrapped around, though that string, really nice touch from Lego. So I'm going to build the base off stream. Tomorrow we'll have a little round of Battle of Hoth and perhaps put the feet together. But even then, the feet, pretty straightforward. Maybe I'll do it all off stream. We'll see how much time I've got on and off stream, because I am committing myself to quite a bit. But that is all the time we've got for today. Got the board game as well. Awesome. We built it at the start. Hello there, Snow, by the way. And yeah, I'll start tomorrow's stream by playing that. So we'll play the board game, finish the 8080, and then the last hour of the stream will be good news, Lego sets, and parting out a few different bits. But that is all the time we've got for today. I'm very happy we got to build what we did. We spent the first hour on the board game, and now we've got near enough the whole 8080. I forgot about the head turning. See, it looks so cute when the head is turning. It's like, huh? You know, like puppies. It is like a little pup. The 8080 is a pup at the end of the day. And stop motion, this would be awesome. It's just like, huh? And then these snow speeders start going right towards it. We didn't get to scale this up either, so that will probably be a video coming out in due time. And hopefully tomorrow we can get this thing to stand. Thank you all for chilling and watching. If you are joining towards the end, don't forget, you can go back in just a second and rewatch through the entire stream. How lucky. But until tomorrow, I hope you enjoyed. And, oh, raid. Yes. Have I set up the raid? Does anyone else know of anyone that is streaming? Because we do have the Alveus raid set up. But any shouts before we end stream of any? I saw there was something else about someone who was live. Who was that? All right, maybe we'll set that up next time. If you do have anyone that is live and want us to raid at the end of the stream, let us know a few minutes beforehand. We can set that up. I think we'll raid Alveus today, though. I can't see anyone else that I know that is live. So I hope you enjoyed. And may the bricks be with you.